Ladies and gentlemen, the Student Government Association of Albertville High School would like to welcome you to Vernon Stadium for the 2025 homecoming festivities. On behalf of the SGA of Albertville High School, we would like to thank all the students and families who helped make homecoming week successful. We had a wonderful parade with amazing floats. The winners of the float competition: third place, the junior class; second place, the freshman class; and the winner of the 2025 homecoming float competition, the senior class. The homecoming court is composed of 3 girls from each of the freshman, sophomore, and junior classes. 5 girls were elected from the senior class, one of whom will be crowned as the 2025 homecoming queen. Representing the freshman class, Miss Tanya Gutierrez. Daughter of Teresa Gutierrez and Pedro Hernandez. Escorted by her grandfather, Mr. Isabel Gutierrez. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tanya Gutierrez. Miss Nora Lopez. Daughter of Renata Diaz and Benjamin Lopez. Escorted by her brother, Mr. Jesus Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Nora Lopez. Representing the sophomore class, Miss Molly Beck. Daughter of Heather and Derek Beck. Escorted by her father, Mr. Derek Beck. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Molly Beck. Miss Amora Gonzalez. Daughter of Jessica Lee Gonzalez and Bobby Gonzalez. Escorted by her father, Mr. Bobby Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Amora Gonzalez. Miss Ina Rivera. Daughter of Irma Vera and Eric Lemus. Escorted by her father, Mr. Eric Lemus. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ina Rivera. Representing the junior class, Miss Bianca Flores. Sandra Alvarez and Emmanuel Flores. Escorted by her brother, Mr. Aiden Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bianca Flores. Miss Vanessa Chijon. Daughter of Mary Reyes and Benjamin Chijon. Escorted by her father, Mr. Benjamin Chijon. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Vanessa Chijon. The senior class. She is the daughter of Ginger and Jason Carroll. Escorted by her father, Mr. Jason Carroll. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sadie Carroll. Michelle and Shane Murphy. Escorted by her father, Mr. Shane Murphy. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lauren Murphy. Also representing the senior class, Miss Denita Nieto Ramos. Escorted by her father, Mr. Juan Nieto. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Denita Nieto Ramos. Also representing the senior class, Miss Nef Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Stephen Hudgens, principal of Albertville High School, escorted by Miss Brianna Vasquez, the 2024 Homecoming Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Brianna Vasquez will now crown the 2025 Homecoming Queen of Albertville High School. Miss Tanita Rios.
Alma mater.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2025 Homecoming Queen, Miss Tanita Ramos and her court. We hope you enjoyed tonight's program. Would you please stand for the playing of Alma Mater?
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
Hey folks, Mark Brickey, Sand Mountain Toyota. There's a lot to consider when buying a truck. Towing capacity, cab space, gas mileage, resale value. When you're talking with your salesman, is he willing to sit behind the wheel of the same kind of truck he claims to stand behind? Here at Sand Mountain Toyota, we buy what we sell. Not only do we stand behind our trucks, we put our own money and trust in Toyota trucks, just like you. Come by and check out our huge selection of popular Toyota trucks. Sand Mountain Toyota, we're more than a dealership.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
Keith, while you're sitting next to the new Aggie home jerseys, what do you think of that?
I love them because it kind of looks like the Army jerseys, John. I know they do different colors, but they have Army across the back where we have Aggies across the back. Really like the look. It's really cool.
You got Peyton Jones, also Jakari Kirkland, the captains, Jesse Gonzalez, and big number 70. Well, who is 70? What did they do?
I don't have a number
It's
70.
an injured Aggie, but we've had a lot of injuries over the past few weeks. But luckily, the Grissom game, as far as we know, there are no injuries that will affect us tonight. So maybe the Aggies offense will finally, and you got Talik Sane out of here and listen to seeing what his mom put on Facebook. Talik's been so excited about his first home game of the season because he played against the last 2 weeks on the road, but finally gets to play in front of the home crowd tonight.
Yeah, I know he's going to be fired up for that.
Guys, have y'all picked out number 77 on the other side yet?
Yeah,
he's got to be Sasquatch's nephew.
That is a big boy.
That is Michael Price, senior offensive tackle, 6'5", 280 pounds. He's going to have the opportunity to play on Saturdays as well.
He's an offensive tackle, and he's the medical tent, too. They'll be all getting under him whenever they get an injury. He's that big.
Hey, Barry, I tell you what, we talked about the Huntsville offensive line tonight. Here's going to be one of the keys of the game. Our offensive line, and CJ, you know how we run that option-style offense? In running that option-style offense, there are keys that CJ, the reads that he's made is going to be paramount. The reason why, Michael Chobe, 6'5", 250-pound defensive end, #1 in sacks in the state of Alabama. He's got an 11.5 sacks over 6 games. And then Frank Betterita, 6'3", 230-pound defensive end. Both of them really good coming off the edge.
Go down to the toss of the coin.
Any questions, come to us and ask us. We'll do the best we can to solve it for you, okay? All right. Don't celebrate with teammates. Don't push up an opposing player, okay? All right? You're good when you get the call. Okay? What are you going to call? Tails. He's going to call tails. If I drop it, I'll reflip it, okay? What do you call? Heads. It is heads. You've won the toss. What you want to defer? You want to defer?
So the Aggies have won the toss. Going to defer to the second half. What do you think of that move?
You know, it's one. I don't know. Man, they have a very explosive offense. I don't know if I wouldn't have wanted to put my offense on the field. But listen, I wasn't in film room all week. I don't know exactly what the game plan are from the Albertville coaches, except for the what I know from talking to Coach Weingarten a couple of times this week. Barry, maybe he thinks he wants to set a tone with his defense early and try to get these explosive players that Huntsville have kind of out of a rhythm early. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's take one more time out, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. We're about 2 minutes away from the kick. You're listening to Albertville Huntsville football next year on Power 107.5.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank. www.pibonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 466340.
Save big, sell bigger. Now list your home for 2% with RE/MAX Guntersville and RE/MAX Heritage in Arab as they've embraced the new changes in real estate. Call the number on the screen to talk with an agent to find out how you can now keep more of what's yours by listing your home for 2%. Discover the difference with RE/MAX, one of the most trusted names in real estate, where you know you're always getting quality service. Make that call today to start your 2% listing where you'll keep more of what's yours and save big, sell bigger.
All right, nothing like some AC/DC to kick off the game on Power 107.5. And we're ready to go. The Aggies will kick. White pants, brand new, kind of a grayish black jersey, black helmets. Huntsville in their solid white with their crimson numerals and crimson helmet. We're ready to go. Big region game. Aggies going for 2 wins in a row. It's been years since we've said that. Here's the kick. Line drive bouncing towards the side. Scooped. He's got it. 30. He'll try the middle. Being chased. Got him. Back at the 30. Make a 28-yard line. Who was on the tackle there on the special teams? Can't see the number yet.
Number 5.
15. Evan House. Good job, Evan House on the special teams.
Yeah, Evan House coming straight down the line. Everybody stayed in their lanes. Ball came over here to the near boundary. Was able to be scooped up by Huntsville's number 0, which is Xavion Drake, and he is a very explosive player. Tried to go across the field, but the Aggies all stayed in their lane. Great tackle.
Panthers led by senior 6'6" senior quarterback Wyatt Smith, and he's a big, tall guy. He's got to play basketball. Smith back to pass. Looks in the middle. Got a man open downfield. Overthrows him at the 30-yard line. Got to get back better than that. He had about 3 steps on the Aggie defender. That would have been an easy 6.
Yeah, that's one of the things that concerned a lot of people on the Albertville side was could our secondary match up with the speed and the athleticism of those wide receivers? You saw that Coach Gay, the head coach, Coach Flippo, the offensive coordinator, they want to test the defensive backs early.
Second down and 10, early first quarter just underway. Smith hands off up the middle. Hit at the line of scrimmage, going down maybe a yard. Good job of the middle of the Aggie defense. Jesse Gonzalez is there. One of the other Aggies, I believe, is that Froelich. Let me say also on the play, yep, that was Mason Froelich.
Great job there. Interior of the offensive line, of the defensive line, not getting pushed back, holding their grounds, and made a great tackle.
Grissom on the carry, a gain of 2, and there's a flag. I think one of the Panthers moved.
I believe it's one of the offensive linemen got his hands in his stance. Or, as he gets down his stance, puts his hand in the ground, and then Barry just inexplicably raised up. I know who the guilty party is. He's talking to the referee, but Barry, if you put your hand down, you can't come back up.
That is a big offensive line. Big number 72, that was Davis Shoemaker, the one who moved. So back it up 5, 3rd down and 13.
What about this, Barry? They averaged 6'3", 262 across the front.
Wow, back to pass. Smith looks, throws to the middle, got a man complete. He will not get away, going down short of the first down. The big guy went up and made the catch, and he's going to be hard to handle across the middle. That's big number 87, and I don't have an 87.
Number 87 is Joey Fleming, Barry. He's a sophomore tight end. Put him out here. They put his hand in the ground like an old school tight end, ran a deep drag. Quarterback Smith able to see him, gets it. This guy has offers from Penn State, Oklahoma, and Auburn at 6'6", 270.
We're going to go 4th and 2. Quarterback keep. No, he hands off. Breaks around the corner. 50 to the 45. House will drive him out of bounds around the 40-yard line. Good fake for the quarterback, and first down Huntsville.
Like I said, the offensive line, Coach Gay across the way thinks that he's got the 5, the chemistry that he needed, or actually 6 if you include the tight end. That time able to open up a gaping hole with the underneath handoff. They needed 3, gained about 17.
Smith, the quarterback, first down on the Aggie 41-yard line. Smith rolls right side, looks, throws it downfield, got a man, turned him around, incomplete at the 10. That was good coverage by Talik Saint downfield.
Now Talik Saint, Keith, right there in front of you, good inside position, just nowhere to go with the football.
Yeah, tell you what, quarterback's got a pretty good arm. He rolls out to his right. John's got a really, really good zip on the ball. I didn't think he had that kind of arm. Got it out here pretty quick.
Helps to be 6'6" on it, Chris. I mean, he can just look down on the receiver. Got a good view of the field.
Yeah.
Second down and 10 on the Aggie 41. Huntsville driving early first quarter. Quick pass right side. Got his man to the 40-35. Down the sideline. Going to knock him to the Aggie bench. Close to a first down. On the carry out of the backfield was Grissom, who made the catch. Gain of at least 9. Let's see where they're going to mark it.
When you look at Grissom, Barry, that is the one of the best wide receivers. Actually, how about this? The number 1 wide receiver in all of 7A. They just like to get the ball into his hands. He's an explosive playmaker. They needed 10, or about 11, actually, Barry, were able to get to the outside, gain 12, first down.
Brian Grissom with a reception. It is enough for a first down. Quick pass, left side throw. Oh, my goodness, he is knocked backwards. What a hit put on that one by Jude Fan, the receiver, and the ball separated. Incomplete, second down and 10.
Keith, what they're wanting to do is kind of heavy side this side of the field, put 2 wide receivers on the far side, snap it out there, and now it's just 2-on-2 and hoping that their guy can beat the safety and get to the end zone. But Jude Fan does a great job tackling him there.
You're talking about Jude Fan is you're talking about a smart kid and a physical kid, able to read that one really quick. He's a little gimpy right now. Hopefully he's okay, kind of favoring that right arm.
Second down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Smith, the quarterback, hands off, a little delay, hits the 30 to the 25, breaks the tackle, 20 down to the 16. First down Huntsville on the Aggie 17-yard line.
Yeah, just an underneath handoff coming here to the near boundary. Ended up getting a trap block as well. One of the defenders got washed out of there, and when he did, the running back saw that, put his foot in the ground, went north and south. Needed about 10, burying another 12, 13-yard gain.
Number 5, Cinco Dawkins on the carry, 1st and 10 on the 17. Quick pass, left side, got a block. He gets away from one man, dancing around. They'll wrap him up around the 14, driving to the 13. When all is said and done, he gains 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Once again, Barry had a heavy set here to the near side, so the defense is going to be shifted toward our side, which means you've got a cornerback and a safety against their wide receivers over there. Quarterback Smith just wants to get rid of the ball, snaps it out there to Grissom, and then Grissom does what athletes do, just makes people miss. Gain 4.
9:25 to go in the quarter, no score. Huntsville driving, turns hands off, bounces right side to the 10, to the 5, runs over man down to the 2-yard line, hanging on, making the tackle. Good job by Keegan Thompson. 1st and goal, Huntsville.
Keith, looked like the right side of their offensive line just absolutely walled our defenders off.
Hurry up offense back to the line of scrimmage. Hands off to Dawkins to the 2. They're going to hit him, stand him up. He will not get in, or did he? No. Peyton Jones stood him up at the half-yard line, Keith. That was a good defensive stand.
Yeah, Jude Fan came in. Peyton stood him up. Jude came and helped clean it up. Be nice they bowed their necks right here and made them kick it.
Right at the goal line, it's 2nd and goal from the inch line. Huntsville knocking on the door, opening drive. 8:45 to go in the first quarter. Smith turns, hands to Dawkins at the goal line. He will walk into the end zone behind that left side of the Huntsville line. Touchdown, Huntsville.
Yeah, just a great, had a pulling guard and a pulling tackle on this near boundary. They were able to wash out. Running back gets in behind from the 1-inch line and goes in absolutely untouched. Masterful drive by Huntsville to start this game.
That was a good mix, Chris. Running, passing.
Yeah, and the Aggie defense right there held them held back here on the 3rd down and couldn't stop them.
All right, now for the point after. 8:37 to go in the first. 6-0 Huntsville. The snap, the kick. Oh, it hits the goalpost. Try that again. That is no good. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Huntsville up 6-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
You never know what somebody's going through when they come in the bank. Calling them by name is so very important. Just make a difference in somebody's life today.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this community channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
scoring update.
Yeah, Huntsville takes their initial drive right out of the initial of the locker room. Starts their own 28-yard line, 12 plays, 72 yards. Dawkins goes in from 1 yard out. However, bright spot is the extra point at the upright. Huntsville leads 6-0.
Well, you knew they're going to score their share of points in this game.
Yeah.
You just got to answer. Not seeing Dez back deep. He's done a good job the past few weeks. They got Cooper Scott, who's done a great job. He's still due to break another one. You've also got Colin Parker back around the 15-yard line. 8:37, Huntsville opening drive. They missed the extra point, bounced off the goalpost. Now the kick, going to bounce one through the middle. One of the Aggies bounces off him. He's going to field it. Going to be hit. Gets away from one man. Bounces left side. Tries the side. They're going to drive him out of bounds. Nice job by Rich Revolte all the way up to the 41-yard line.
Boy, Rich, he's kind of like a water bug. I mean, he just bounces all over the place, nowhere for him to go, and is able to run out of about 3 or 4 tackles until finally he gets out of bounds. But gosh, if you're a Coach Weingarten wanting to start an offensive drive, starting at your own 37-yard line, Barry, doesn't get any better than that.
So they do back him up 37. Here we go. Aggies offense got to answer. C.J. Zuniga. Quarterback, you got Colin Parker behind him. One man wide right side, hands off to Parker. Got a little room, 39-40. Good job of the Aggie offensive line. Gain of about 3, almost 4. It'll be second and about 7.
That's exactly what Coach Weingarten wanted to do. He said, John, we have got to limit their snaps offensively by making sure that we have an increase in our offensive snaps. We want to slow the game down. We want CJ to read those big defensive ends. And right there, Barry, handing off to the first back through for 4 yards.
Second down, almost 6. Aggies with it. Man in motion to Sweat. The gift of Parker again. He's going to dance around one man, not the next. Maybe the 42-yard line. A gain of a couple. It'll be third and about 5.
Keith, I don't know if you saw that, but CJ made the exact read that he was supposed to read on the defensive end. But the athleticism of a 6'5", 250-pound Michael Chobe, #1 in the state in sacks. Did you see him be out of position and then fly back inside to get the dive back?
Yeah, he's really good with his hands, too. He's got really long arms. He's able to get guys away from him. Got to fight him all night.
Third down and 5. A couple of Aggies behind CJ. Talik Saint wide right side. You got Parker wide out to the left. Third down and 5. CJ options. Going to turn. Going to keep. Ball pops loose. Huntsville's got it. Ball came loose. Huntsville's got it on the Aggie 43-yard line.
Yeah, CJ running the speed option here to the near boundary and was kind of grabbed from behind Keith. Linebacker came up on the play, put his helmet on the ball. Ball popped loose, and when it did, there was nobody but a couple of red or white jerseys, should I say, around the ball to jump on it. Tough break for Albertville.
Yeah, and you're playing quarterback and you're running speed option. You've got that ball out front of you. You're going to decide whether you're going to pitch that thing out to the running back or tuck it away. He had decided to run it. He pulled it down and almost had it tucked away in his arm. Somebody, like you said, punched it out from behind. It's just one of those tough plays that'll happen to you sometimes. That one's tough, man. Wish we were driving.
Last thing you can do when you got a team that scores like Huntsville is give them the ball back. Even if you don't score, you got to be able to at least punt and, flip the field. But instead, Huntsville starts on your 44-yard line. Big 6'6" Wyatt Smith out of the gun. Smith turns, looks, fakes right side, throws it deep down the right side. Got a man pushing and shoving. Picked off, but he was out of bounds, but he didn't hold on. That was an athletic play by Talik Saint.
Talik Saint, Keith, right there in front of you, did a great job of turning his body, but then using his booty a little bit to push the wide receiver up against the sideline as an extra defender.
He did a really good job reading that too, John. Cooper Scott went after the flat player, and they probably were playing cover 2 to that side, and then Talik able to run with that receiver downfield. Did a really good job on the play.
Second and 10 on the 44. Smith, quick pass right side. Got his man, dropped it. Incomplete. Watching Talik play, I don't know if he's better on defense than he is on offense. He's good on both sides of the ball.
And can absolutely, you can tell that he's been coached well and that he's watched game film, because when the quarterback comes up Smith and is just zipping the ball out here to Grissom or whoever just happens to be the wide receiver, he knows that it's going to be an athletic play. Go up and attack that wide receiver before he gets a chance to start dancing around.
Third down and 10. Talik playing some great secondary step for step with the receivers. Back to pass, left side throws, got his man, gets away from one man, will not get away. Yes, he does. Sideline, out of bounds, short of the first down. We had him stopped for a 3-yard loss. Good job by the receiver. He broke a tackle, Xavier Drake, and it's 4th down. Let's see where they're going to mark it. 4th and about 3, and I would say, yeah, you got to go for it.
Well, you might think that it would be a short punt, but Coach Gay went for it on 4th and 3 on the first drive, Barry. Don't see why he wouldn't do it now.
Here we go, 4th and about 3.5. Got to go to the 34. Smith out of the gun. Smith turns, hands off, up the middle, bounces left side, first down. 31, man, had a crease on the left side. He hit the hole all the way to the Aggie. 31, first down, Huntsville.
Barry, it just seems like, as Coach Gay alluded to when I had a chance to talk to him this week, and I think you can see it, he's found the right 5 or 6 guys for that offensive line, because anytime he needs 4 or 5 yards, he's just getting behind those hog mollies.
Smith turns, hands up the middle, bounces off left side again, tries to cut it back, got him, going to throw him down just past the line of scrimmage. Jude Fan having a great first quarter, a gain of 2, maybe 3, it'll be 2nd and 7.
Jude did a great job of standing his ground, playing his read, doing exactly what he was supposed to do. And the running back got behind the offensive lineman, and when he popped out, thought that he had green grass, Jude Fan there to make a great tackle.
6:09 to go in the first. Huntsville up 6-zip with the ball. 2nd and 7. Hands off to Drake. Drake lowers his head and is popped at the 25. How about Talik Saint, Keith? He just lowered his head and put Drake on the ground.
Yeah, Talik's a ball player. He's a really smart kid. He read that very well, but he's also so physical, and we've talked about his athleticism. He really gets after it. Guys, one thing that might really work out later on for us, Hunter Alford is playing a lot tonight for Christian Ramirez. It's going to give Christian Ramirez a lot of rest, and he's going to be able to play offense and maybe not be so winded on both sides.
3rd down and 4. Smith, quick pass, throws, got his man left side, slips down, but he picks up the first down. He tried to cut, goes down. Jude Fan brings him down. Another first down for Huntsville.
A heavy package here along the near side. Single coverage on the far side. Wide receiver acts like he's going to go long, slams on the brakes. And Barry, when he slams on the brakes, Smith already has the ball in the air, turns around, catches it back shoulder, first down.
The snap back to Smith, looks, hands off, they're gonna, ball is loose, Aggies have got it. Aggie football, 29-yard line. They're like a mix-up in the backfield between the quarterback and the running back. The ball popped loose and the Aggies recover.
Well, and I don't think the offensive line knew what the snap count was, or the center snapped it too quickly, because when he snapped the ball back to Smith, Smith was looking like, what in the world's going on? And I noticed that the guards and the tackles, neither one of them on the offensive line moved. Whole bunch of Aggies in the backfield. They punched the ball loose. That is exactly what we needed to do.
Well, had to have that, Chris.
Oh, absolutely.
After turning it over with their fumble, they turn it right back over to us. Good job by the Aggies. And I believe that was that Keegan Thompson, Draven Hendricks that came up with it. Aggies, 29-yard line after getting it back. First down and 10. G-man in the backfield. CJ drops left side, throws. He has Sweat. Sweat stops, tries the sideline to get to drive him out of bounds. No gain at all. He had a blocker downfield, but there were 3 defensive backs waiting on him. No gain.
Great speed coming up from the secondary of Huntsville. As they trying to do a little bit about what Huntsville's doing there, Keith, right in front of you. Get it out here, try to let your playmakers make an athletic move, but the defensive backs rallied well, just nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, and trying to get the ball out of CJ's hands quick, let him kind of get in some kind of rhythm, and so he settles down and gets a little more comfortable with the ball game.
That's the play Huntsville likes to run. The difference is they had better downfield blocking than we did on that play. So we got nothing. 2nd down and 10 from the 29. CJ from the gun. Parker back in the backfield. Hands off to Parker. Nope, CJ's going to keep. Hits the middle. Nothing there. Gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Just waiting to see if there was going to be a penalty over here on the near side. But CJ, once again, good read. The 3 technique slams down on the fullback. Ends up that the quarterback CJ pulls that away from the running back and then tries to go in the hole. And as he was trying to get upfield, the defensive end, number 92, Frank Vergara, 6'3", 230, comes down the line of scrimmage, makes a tackle.
Big 3rd down call, 3 men wide right side. You got Watson, Sweat, and Saint. CJ looks that way, rolls right side, looks, has a man open, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. He had Talik open for a moment, didn't get it to him. When you see a man open, you got to get it to him. You can't wait like CJ did, because by the time he wanted to throw it, he was already covered.
Well, and not only that, Keith, flood route to the far side at different levels, covered well. CJ smartly throws it out of bounds, but not only did you have good coverage, but you're rolling in to where you've got a 6'5", 250-pound defensive end in your face. CJ probably couldn't even see downfield.
No. For a moment, Talik was open, but the time CJ pumped and was about to throw it, the defender had covered him up. CJ's going to punt it away. High snap. pulls it down. Good kick, wobbly kick away from everybody. Going to take an Aggie bounce at the 40, 35, and here's a return. Slips, gets away from one man, goes down at the 45-yard line. Good coverage downfield. I think that was Keegan Thompson again. I believe it was, yes, it'll be Huntsville ball on the 46-yard line.
But Barry, Keegan did a great job of making him have to alter his course, but I think he got tackled by the 43-yard line and fell into the 46-yard line, to be honest with you.
Some slipping and sliding going on out there. Haven't had that much rain lately. Huntsville ball on the 46. Homecoming here in Albertville. Huntsville up 6-zip, 4:13 to go in the first. Huntsville gets the ball back after turning it over on the fumble last possession. Both teams with a turnover. Pitch, loose ball again. He's going to get it back. He pitched it to the receiver coming in. Yeah, it's going to be an incomplete pass because he pitched it forward. He dropped the ball. Grissom did. It's incomplete, 2nd and 10.
You know what I'm thinking, too? You come on the road. This is your fall break. You might not necessarily want to be here tonight playing because, I mean, to be honest with you, no band in the stands, not a lot of fans in the stands, and Huntsville looks like they're just kind of out of sorts right now.
Got a big game against Florence next week. Quarterback turns, hands off, bounces right side, gets away from one man, not the next two. He will slip to the 49-yard line. Good job of the Aggies. Cooper Scott and Talik Saint bringing down, but it's still a gain of about 6.
Barry, we had him absolutely bottled up at the line of scrimmage. How was he able to slither like a snake between 4 defenders and gain 6 yards?
Boy, he sure did. Should have been no gain. Now it's 3rd down and 4 on the Aggie 48-yard line. 3:39 to go in the first. Huntsville driving. Smith turns, hands up, looking for a hole. Stops, cuts, going down. He gets a couple. It's going to be 4th down and short. Again, Keegan Thompson's there on the tackle. Will they go? It's 4th and 2, maybe about 4th and a yard and a half. We'll see if they're going to go.
Well, do you think Coach Gay would do anything different? He's already gone for it on 2 4th downs, and I think he's just got that confidence in his offensive line to be able to push Albertville's defensive front back for the 2 yards that he needs.
For that big offensive line, you got to go for it. 4th and 2, here they go. The Aggie crowd on their feet. Need a big stop. Smith turns, hands off, bounces left side, 1st down. Stops, cuts, 40 to the 36. Wow, good run again by the running back. That was Drake. Drake saw a hole, gets the 1st down.
Keith, it seems like every time that they have run those 4th downs, they're going off the left side of that offensive line and not just barely getting it, chunk yardage.
Back to the action, hands off again. Drake got him. Clothesline. Nice job of Froelich. Hits him in the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Keith, what a great job by Mason Froelich, just reading his keys and coming downhill down the line.
Yeah, Peyton Jones did a really good job turning that one back inside. Team defense right now, we've got to get them stopped on 3rd down. We can get them to 3rd down. We got to get them stopped. Like you said, they're running off that left side, and they're running behind Sasquatch's nephew over there. My gosh, he's a professional wrestler on Saturday and Sundays.
They're going to say no gain. 2nd and 10. Huntsville on our 36-yard line. Quarterback Smith looks over the defense. 2 receivers left side. Fakes a handoff, play action. Looks, throws into the end zone. Nobody there. I don't know what happened. He just threw where the receiver should have been. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
There's a receiver. He had 2 receivers on the far side, Barry, and I think Wyatt Smith thought that he had somebody running a seam route, and neither one of them ran a seam route. And probably lucky that one wasn't picked off because Cooper Scott back there can get him.
How many passes he's just thrown, Chris?
Yeah, guys, we need to keep him throwing because right now he's 5 of 12 for 33 yards.
Wow.
5 for 12. That one wasn't even close. 3rd down 10. Huntsville on the 36. Smith, hands off, up the middle. Gets away from one man, fighting to the 31. It's still a gain of about 5. We hit him up.
I think that ball came out.
Ball. Did it come out?
Yeah,
yes. We got it.
Turnover. Aggie football. Who's on the bottom of the pile? Let's watch the replay here. The handoff on a new running back, his first carry, Armand Settlers. Settlers hit the line of scrimmage, and it was stripped at the 31. Couldn't see who pulled it loose. I couldn't see, but the Aggies have it.
Barry, it looks like number 18. I think 18 is the one who pulled it away.
I think you're right.
No, 19. 18 pulled it away. 19 recovered it.
So is that Techeria back at number 18 this week? So that's 2 Huntsville turnovers. Aggies, I think you got to start passing the ball, Chris.
Got to do something here. Got to do something positive here.
1st down and 10 Aggies after the 2nd Huntsville turnover takes over on the 31-yard line. CJ out of the gun. Sweat in motion to the left. Back to pass. Looks left. Nobody there. He's going to roll. Got to get rid of it. He does, so there's got to be a flag. But that was a late hit. Nope, they're not going to call it. CJ was shoved to the ground around the head area after he threw it. They're going to say no flag. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
I think that was kind of a bang play, Barry, and I understand we're a home crowd. You'd like to get a little home, but I mean, Coach happened right there in front of Coach Weingarten. He really didn't say anything about it. But hey, what about this? The wherewithal of CJ to know that I'm running for my life. There's a bunch of white jerseys closing in. There's no play. And I think sometimes when he was a freshman, Barry, last year he tried to force that one. This time, throw it out of bounds. We'll just live for another down.
I like it better when he doesn't roll to his left to throw.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 from the 31. CJ hands off up the middle. There is nothing there but the line of scrimmage waiting on him. He goes down at the line of scrimmage. The middle of the Huntsville defense, no gain. They're going to give him a half a yard. 3rd down at about 9.5.
Going to be tough sledding if they try to go in there. Keith Griffin Story and Datarian Crawford are both of them 6 foot 250 and 280. That's just going to be hard sledding coming up the middle on that one.
I tell you, I'm talking to Dr. Reeves down here. Just absolutely went blank.
Talking to yourself
we
again,
both think that we need to take the top off this defense a little bit. They're playing really close to the line of scrimmage. I think they're playing one high safety. I think Talik can beat his guy over here.
I do too. 3rd down and 9. We'll call it. CJ rolls left side being chased. Throws back. Little screen. Sweat's got it. He's going nowhere. He tried to cut back to the middle. Huntsville's seen that play a time or two on film. No gain. It'll be 4th and 9.
Barry, did you see how the middle linebackers, even though they were rolling this way, they kind of slow played that, and when CJ turned around to throw that backside wide receiver screen, as soon as the wide receiver got it and came upfield, he ran into those 2 middle linebackers that were just sitting there waiting on him.
I like the call, but they were ready for that one then.
Yeah.
I like the sideline pass plays we have done over the past few weeks. Jacoby Watson, this little 3 yards and down, cut to the sideline. Low snap to CJ, going to punt it away. Good kick. Wow. One of his best of the year. He drops it back to the 20. He'll chase it down. Here comes the return to the right side. Cuts to the middle. Got him back to the 31-yard line. Tay Prater, the first Aggie there. Cooper Scott brings him down. So we flipped the field all the way back to the 31-yard line. Huntsville, 2 turnovers, but we couldn't do anything with either one of them, Chris.
Guys, I was watching they're getting a little scruffy out
Evan
there.
House? Yeah. He said, you're in my house now, so to speak.
That's right.
Because he was shaking a finger in the face of the Huntsville players who was talking some trash.
Yeah.
The longer that Albertville, I know it's cliche, but the longer that Albertville can have this game be ugly and get to the 4th quarter, a lot better chances for us.
Huntsville takes over 31-yard line, maybe the last play of the quarter, 14 seconds. Smith turns, hands off, bounces left side to the corner. Prater will drive him out of bounds. They will stop the clock with 9 seconds. Short gain of a yard. This field is not slippery because it's turf. It is almost like he didn't want to stop and cut. He just chose to just walk out of bounds.
Well, I think Tate Prater just did a really good job of going down the line of scrimmage with him, Barry. There was nowhere for him to cut. I think Tate was playing maybe an inch or 2 on his back shoulder, and he just had no choice but to run him out of bounds.
2nd down and 9 on the 31. Smith turns, hands up, flags are down. Wow, there's a Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field. This is the longest we've gone without we don't have, 2 penalties so far?
Yeah, we're slacking now, right?
Yeah, we are.
I think it was the inside slot receiver trying to play a little bit of Canadian rule football, Barry. He wanted to get a jump a little bit early there, or arena ball.
We can't say that Huntsville's not giving us the break because they are. They're giving us the ball twice. We just got to take advantage of it. So they back it up, 2nd down and 15 for Huntsville. Maybe the last play now with 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Smith drops, throws, left side, got his man. Dropped it. Incomplete. So with 3 seconds, there's another play coming. So this may be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, Jink, you called it. I mean, keep throwing the ball. Keep throwing it because that incompletion with no yards, Barry, makes this a very long 3rd down.
How many has he attempted now, Chris?
That's a 13, still only 5 completions.
All right. Aggie secondary doing a good job. They like the little short passes, and that one just was off the mark. So it's going to be 3rd down and 15. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Big 3rd down call. If we can stop them here, we'll get the ball back in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Smith, 3rd and 15. Turns, fakes, looks. Flags are down again. Wow. There's another Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field. Let's see what happens.
It'll be a false start.
There you go. Huntsville, 3rd and 20 coming up.
And this is one of the things that Coach Gay talked to me about on Wednesday night. He said, we have just absolutely made mistakes at the most inopportune penalties at the most inopportune time. And I think, Barry, when you look at it, I mean, they took the initial drive, guys. They went 12 plays, 72 yards. But since then, a fumble, and right now it's 3rd down and a country mile.
This is the play of the game so far. You stop them on 3rd and 20, you get the ball back in good shape. You can't give up a 3rd and 20 play. Smith drops back, looks, throws it down the middle. He's got a man wide open. He dropped it at the 33. Oh, the official. Goodness, the official was taken out by one of the Aggies. In that collision, one of the Aggies is slow getting up.
I think he's all right.
Let's hope he's okay. Incomplete. Time has run out for the quarter. Let's take a timeout. First quarter over. Timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. After one, Huntsville leads 6-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family. Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for Bullfrog Spas and Swim Spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050.
If your parents and grandparents owned a Ford, odds are they bought theirs at Alexander Ford in Boaz. For over 50 years, Alexander Ford has been known as the Ford store in North Alabama. With some of the same faces you've grown to know and trust, we celebrate our past and are excited about our future. We still do business like we always have without hidden fees and high pressure. You can put your trust in us, just like your parents and grandparents did. Alexander Ford, your family Ford store.
Welcome back, second quarter. Aggies should get the ball back in good shape. Huntsville going to punt it away. The kick, short kick. It's going to bounce to the 45. It's going to roll to about the Aggie 43. And this will be one of the best starts of the game for Albertville.
It didn't look like a good punt coming out of there, Barry, but when the ball hit at about the 43-yard line of Huntsville, it just got on a roll and continued to roll. Cooper Scott tried to get over there to it, but I think you got to credit a Huntsville defender that kind of got in his way, shaded him from being able to get to the ball. No foul there, and it rolls out of bounds, but the Aggies start shop at their own 43-yard line.
And big drive coming up, down only 6-0. Defense is playing well. Got to get something going. Kirkland, I believe, is checked into the backfield. Let's see if he can break one. He's got that burst of speed we might need here. Going to hand off to Kirkland. Stop, cuts to the middle. Nope, gets away from one man. Burst of speed's not going to help there. When there's 3 Panthers waiting on you, no gain, maybe even a loss. They're going to say no gain at all.
Yeah, Barry, right there, I don't know if you noticed it, but the defensive line just said, you know what, we'll stay with you. We'll come right down the line of scrimmage. And then when Jakari Kirkland tried to turn back, there's just nowhere for him to go. A bunch of white jerseys waiting on him.
I'm looking for a short pass, Chris.
I know something positive. We need to gain some yards on second down.
Yeah, you got Talik wide right side. I think he can beat his man. It's second down and 10. 3 backs in the backfield along with CJ. He'll hand off to breaks it to the 45-yard. They're not going to call it. Colin Parker hit the line. I'm with you. I thought one of the Huntsville players got his hand around the face mask. Nope, did not. A gain of 3. It's third down and 7.
Boy, it looked close, didn't it? It looked like when you look at the replay, it looks like he got a little bit of his face mask, but guys, is it a penalty? Yes. I just don't think that because he was in a mask. just because he was in a mass of humanity, I think he kind of got away with it.
He did. Because on the replay, thanks to Aggie Vision, they had a face mask right there. 3rd down and 7. Big call. You know they're going to send the house after CJ. He's going to have to unload in a hurry. He can't wait 3-4 seconds to unload. He's got to find somebody quick. Talik, wide, right side. I'd go to him.
Yep.
3rd down and 7. CJ, nope, hands off up the middle. Got a little room. 50, 49, dives to the 47. Is close. Does he have it? Let's see. Is this the first Aggie first down?
I think so. Wherever the line judge came in and spotted it, half the length of the football, first down, Barry.
First down, Aggies. There you go. Hey, that was a great run that time. First down, Albertville.
That was Jakari, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Jakari runs, he's like a man possessed. I mean, he is trying to escape a haunted house when he runs a football.
You've got Parker, Kirkland. There's a handoff to G-Man. Oh, my goodness. He was man-handled, taken out to the woodshed. He is thrown to the ground. 2nd down and 10.
That was 55, wasn't it, John?
It was number 55. Yeah, except this time, Barry, he was trying to run out of the haunted house, and the ogre got him and slung him down. Just a great job there. Number 55 defeating his block, Alex Teeter, 5'9", 255-pound sophomore.
Yeah.
And I mean, just kind of, what do they call it, like suplexed him there on the ground.
2nd down and 10, 9:35 to go on the half. Aggies down by 6. Hands off again up the middle. Got a little hole. 40, 35, first down, 34. Kicked. How about Kirkland hitting the hole that time? Excuse me, was that G-Man?
That was G-Man.
That was Sarant. Man, that was a run that time. That's one of the best runs he's had this year.
Man, you talk about a great job, just a masterful game plan. They put him back in that option, kind of what like Army likes to run. CJ just reading what happens. Blocks down. This guy wants to go, whatever the read is, but he gives it to Sarant, who gets north and south, needed 10, gained about 13, first down.
2 first downs on the drive, 35-yard line. Aggies driving. CJ, hands up. Nope, he's going to keep. He's going to try the option. There is nothing there. 3 Panthers wrap him up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's being generous. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Barry, I think he read that perfectly. The unfortunate thing is I think that Huntsville read it perfectly as well, and there was just nowhere for him to go at the line of scrimmage.
He knew that play had no hope, so he said, I'm just going to take it and try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Lost about a half a yard, so it's 2nd down and almost 11. Clock running, 8:31 to go on the half. It's only 6-0. This is a big drive. Aggies can tie and take the lead with a touchdown. They're on the Huntsville 36-yard line. 2nd down. He's got an option. Left side going down 35-yard line. Chose to keep it. Nothing there. Gain of about a yard and a half. It'll be 3rd down and about 9.
Good read, though. CJ saw the defensive end crash down. He says, I'm going to go right where that guy vacated that area. In what should have been clean when CJ got to the line of scrimmage, outside linebacker did a good job, or excuse me, the middle linebacker did a good job of scraping over the top, meeting CJ right at the Huntsville 35-yard line.
We're going to say 3rd down and 10, 35-yard line. Clock running, 7:49 to go. If nothing else, you've kept the ball away from Huntsville for at least a couple of first downs here. Sweat and Saint wide right side. CJ looks that way, man-to-man coverage. The Huntsville may call a timeout. They've only got 1 man over here guarding 2 men.
Yeah, Coach Adam Weingarten calls a timeout here along the near boundary. And, guys, I was looking back at my notes because one of the questions that I had for Coach Weingarten was, where do you feel comfortable with your kicker, John? Where do you feel comfortable bringing him out, being able to kick a field goal? And he said that he likes it with it's like anytime inside the 25, 20-yard line. So if the Aggies could get, even if they don't get a first down, if they can get right to the first down sticks, they're going to be really close to where Coach Weingarten and I had that discussion about where he feels comfortable for his kicker to be able to make one.
I'm curious on the timeout because we had 2 receivers over here with 1 man guarding them. We had a mismatch.
We had the 25-second clock was about to run out.
Hey, guys, real quick. I've got 3 of the guys from that 2015 team, Jansen Powell, Landon Knott, and Tyler Collins down here, 3 really good ones. So, Jansen, what's it like being back in this stadium and you getting honored tonight, and how much just improvements they've made in the stadium, what it looks like
hold on,
tonight?
Keith. We've got to get back to the game.
I told a couple of the guys when I walked in.
That's 3rd down and 10. Back to pass. CJ looks, throws right side. Talik dives.
Man.
Dropped it at the 27, man. That was almost a great diving catch.
Just a great job.
Let me jump back in real quick, guys. All right, so what do you think about the stadium and all the improvements, Jansen?
Man, I walked in and told a lot of these guys, like, this place looks crazy. The Jumbotron, the turf, man, everything looks great. We got a big crowd out here tonight for the home team, so hopefully we come out here and get a win tonight. But I really feel like this place has grown a lot, and the place looks great.
It really does, and it's really good to have you guys out here, and the honor was much deserved. You guys had a great football team. And we had a lot of fun coaching you guys back in the day. And I tell you what, guys, I wish a couple of these guys still had some eligibility. I think they can still go.
I think they can. That was a fun team to watch. I tell you what, that was a good year. Okay, the Aggies call a timeout here. It's 4th and 10. That was almost a spectacular diving catch for a first down. After the Aggies, you got to go for it on the 35-yard line. You got to go.
Yeah, I think you're in that area. It was too short to punt, too far for a field goal. And Talik Saint lined up as a slot receiver, comes down the hash marks, just kind of a skinny post, and CJ put it exactly where he needed to because there was a defender in the vicinity.
Yep.
And I thought that Talik was going to pull that in by his fingertips. I think he actually had it, Barry, coming back to his body, but when he hit the ground, the ball kind of got jarred loose.
Yep.
But it would have been a spectacular catch.
All right, 4th down and 10 coming out of the timeout. 7:33 to go on the half. Aggies are now, they have one timeout left. 2 receivers wide right side. Kobe Watson joins them, 3 of them. CJ turns, hands off right side, nowhere. I don't know about that call. It's no gain at all on 4th and 10. It's going to be first down Huntsville. No gain.
I think they were trying to catch Huntsville in the fact of they're going to try to throw it, they're going to try to pass it, and in doing so, you were inviting Huntsville to come upfield. Little quick hitter on the run game tries to get back by that initial surge, and you would have had a chance. But unfortunately, I think Huntsville was just waiting back, saying, you know, we're not going to do anything crazy. We're going to make you go the full 10 yards. And when the running back got to the line of scrimmage, just nowhere for him to go.
You know, I still don't understand why we hadn't tried to leak deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just do that before the night's over.
So it's Huntsville football in the 35. After a good drive, at least we got some time off the clock. Huntsville back to action. Hands off up the middle. They're going to spin him around, throw him down. Gain of a yard, give him 2. Good job by the Aggies. Draven Hendricks broke through, hit him, but he still manages to gain a yard and a half.
Draven's doing a really good job of reading that offensive line, running down the lane. He met the running back in the hole, tried to spin him down, and got him down after a yard gain.
Aggie defense is getting the job done. We just got to have a break on offense. 2nd down and 9, Huntsville from the 36. Smith, the quarterback, turns, hands off up the middle, hits the line, fighting to the 39, 40-yard line, diving a gain of 4, but still it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 for Huntsville.
Yeah, and right now I think they're just, you know how you kind of get into a boxing match, Barry, where you just try to land body blows, and right there I think they're trying to get their offensive line to take over this game here, middle of the second quarter.
3rd down and 5. Smith, hands off, right side, stops, cuts in the middle, cuts back 45, first down, 47-yard line. Look like the play may not go anywhere, but he cuts back. Good job by Evan House, stays home, brings him down, but it's still a gain of 6, first down.
Yeah, Barry, have you noticed that number 5, Cinco Dawkins, is not playing right now? I don't know if he's injured or not, but in checks Davian Drake, number 0, normally a wide receiver in the backfield.
For the 46-yard line, the handoff to Drake up the middle, lowers his head, fights to the 48, a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. First Aggie there again was Tate Prater. It'll be 2nd and long.
Right now, looks like, Barry, that they've put number 79, Kevin Bravo, a junior, 5'10", 285. Got him playing that nose area, just trying to put a bigger mass of humanity there in the middle to kind of clog everything up.
I think they're about to go deep, trying to lull us to sleep. Hands off again, up the middle, bounces off one man, midfield, 45, fighting close to a first, about a yard short, 3rd down and 1 for Huntsville.
And Barry, there's another running back. So right now it's just running back by committee, and I think that they're doing that to just try to keep their running back core fresh behind the offensive line. That time, number 8, Amon Settlers, 200-pound junior, just gets north and south.
3rd down and 2. Hands off the Settlers again. First down, 45 to the 40. Dragging a tackle to the 39-yard line. First down, Huntsville. Again, Tate Prater makes the tackle. They'll move the chains to the Aggie 39-yard line.
Keith, you have a skinny back, you got a water bug back, and all of a sudden number 8 comes in, Settlers, and he's just kind of a thumper back. He's just going to pound, and he's looking for somebody to hit.
First down, Aggie 39-yard line. Smith out of the gun. Smith hands off up the middle, bounces left side, 35, cuts, 30 to the sideline. They'll drag him out of bounds. Inside the 30 to about the 27, and another first down, Huntsville.
Barry, would you agree that Coach Gay across the way right now is like, You know, we're not doing really, really well throwing it. Let's just get behind this offensive line, and right now they're taking care of business.
Because the quarterback is not very accurate right now. Smith turns, hands off Settlers again to the 25, to the 20, inside the 18-yard line. I think they found the combination they like now. That's a gain of about 9 yards.
And Barry, right now in the last 3 plays, they've averaged about 8 yards of pop and quickly back up to the line of scrimmage.
Second down and a yard. High snap, hands off to Settlers again. Settlers moves 15, 14, 13 to the 11. Found a hole all the way to the 11. First down and 10, Huntsville.
Keith, looks like that Huntsville may just settle for the fact that their offensive line, averaging 6'3", 262, can just move our guys around.
They're trying to say, line up and stop us. We dare you. 11-yard line, first down. Hands off to Settlers again to the 10. Cuts to the 6-yard line, a gain of 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5, and there's a tackle in the end zone that broke out after the play. No flag down. It's 2nd and 5.
And you know, Coach Gay, you hate to say this, Barry, but it's really demoralizing for a defense when you go 5 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, and puts it in the end zone.
Hands off again, stops, cuts, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit at the goal line. He will dive into the end zone. Touchdown. Are they going to get it? They're going to say he went down before. Oh, are they going to say about the.
Oh, wow.
I thought he's in the end zone. They're going to say no, he went down about the half yard. Is there a flag down?
I think we've got a flag. There he is over on the far side.
I see it now. So I thought he got in the end zone, never a signal, but it's going to be a penalty Huntsville. So what would have been on the half-yard line, bring this one back.
Looks like that, that's got too many men on the field. Keith got 12 men on the field, illegal substitution.
Yeah, you back them up right here. Man, we needed a break right there. Our guys got their hands on their hips. You know, every once in a while as an inside linebacker, you've got to be able to put the guard back where he came from. Right now, we're having a hard time doing that. They are so big. They're so physical. We're going to have to, I think we're going to have to run blitz a little bit, try to get in the backfield and stop them before they get rolling.
12-yard line, 2nd down. Smith hands off, tries to bounce it right side to the 10. Aggies, he would get away to the 5, to the 4, to the 3. We can't bring him down. They're dragging tacklers. We had him hit the line of scrimmage, but he fought all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Jink, have they thrown the ball at all on this drive?
No, they have not.
Okay, so right now, Barry, we are on the 13th play of this drive that started at Huntsville's own 35-yard line, and all they have done is run the football.
They're on the 3-yard line. They can get a first down, 3rd down and 2. Smith hands off, hits the middle, fighting. They're going to stand him up. He's being pushed. I think he has the first down. They finally blow the whistle. I believe it's enough for the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal on the 1-yard line.
No, I think there's going to be short.
Wow,
yeah, he's going to be short. The difference right there, guys, Christian Ramirez comes in, stops up the inside. Really, Christian did a great job and had it stoned. One of their offensive line get behind Christian, starts pulling him around the waist and pulling him backwards. I don't know if that's a hold or what you call that, but it's a pretty good wrestling match going on down there.
Now they say it is a first down. Okay, so now they signal 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Clock running, 2:54 to go in the half. Smith hands off. First man through up the middle into the end zone.
Got it.
Touchdown, Huntsville. That was an impressive drive all on the ground for Huntsville.
Wow. I mean, Barry, you get the ball at the 1-yard line. This is your 15th play of the drive. You haven't thrown it one time. Why would you do anything different? Quarterback Smith turns around, handoff straight up the middle. The Albertville Aggie defensive line can't do anything about it, and Huntsville goes into the end zone.
They've had 2 1-yard touchdown runs. Dawkins and then Drake with that touchdown. So now they're going to go for 2 since they missed the first point after. Quarterback Smith hands off right side, and he'll walk into the end zone.
Wow.
Made it look easy. Let's take a timeout, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 2:49 to go in the half. 14-0 Huntsville. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
At the Carpet Store, Highway 431 in Albertville, we're more than just our name. Sure, we're carpet, but we're so much more. We're ceramic floors, showers, backsplashes. We're hardwood, laminate, and luxury vinyl tile. We're installation supplies, vinyl flooring, and remnants. Why not visit our beautiful showroom and let our professional sales staff show you all the things we are? The Carpet Store, Mosley Flooring, Highway 431 in Albertville, where we're so much more than just our name.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373.
Welcome back. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update.
Yeah, after the Aggies went for it on 4th down and Huntsville was able to stone them, Huntsville starts at their own 35-yard line, 15 plays, 65 yards later, Drake goes in from 1 yard out. They go for the 2-point conversion because of a missed extra point earlier in the game. They're able to get them by Drake as well. 2-point conversion good. And the Aggies are down here at homecoming, 14-0 to Huntsville.
That was a good drive, and Aggie football presented here on Power 107.5 by Howard Bentley Buick GMC. That was a very impressive drive, and when they're that much bigger you on the offensive line, there's not a whole lot you can do. Just hope maybe they turn it over. Here's a kick, short kicks, and a bounce around the 20. Here comes a return to the 20. Going to be hit, will not get away. Ooh. Going down around the 21-yard line. Aggies will start there, 1st down. Not a good job by Parker just hanging on to the football. He was pounded around the 20-yard line.
Well, not only was he pounded, Barry, but Keith, the unfortunate thing for Colin Parker, they had him around his legs and he wasn't going to go down. And here comes number 20, Gray, for Huntsville and just waylays him.
Yeah, one thing, guys, we can do defensively is change our front, change the alignment. John, some things we used to do back in the day is line up in a 0 and 4s and then slant the inside gap, hit gaps, have the nose, pick a gap, go probably strong side, have outside linebackers play contain, and try to get in there and get in gaps.
2:43 to go in the half, down 14-0. Aggie ball on the 21 to give to Kirkland. Kirkland hits a hole, 25 to the 30. Man, when he hits the hole, he's already up full speed. That's a gain of about 8 yards, 2nd and short.
Barry, I told you with it being the month of October, he runs like I would running out of a haunted house. I mean, with 2 bad knees. Jakari, just as soon as he gets the ball, he is explosive. And what a great job by the offensive line and a great 9-yard gain by Jakari.
2nd down and short, 1 timeout to go. Hands up again to Kirkland. There he goes, 35, dragging a tackle, 1st down to the 38-yard line. Huntsville will give you that all night long because you've only got 2:08 to go in the half.
Yeah, and not only that, Barry, but 2:08, or actually 2:03, 2:02 now with 1 timeout remaining.
1st down, they move the chains, 37-yard line. CJ hands up again. Kirkland kind of slips. Stays on his feet but goes down, goes backwards, a loss of a yard. It's going to be 2nd down. The Aggies may use their final timeout here. Nope, Huntsville will call a timeout.
Yeah, I think Huntsville wants to get that ball back with a chance to score. Once again, they got, even though their quarterback hasn't been on tonight, Barry, remember that he's the number 2 quarterback in the region, and he's got the number 1 receiver in 7A, so they can be very explosive if they just hit one. But Keith, correct me if I'm wrong, looks like we maybe had a player going the wrong direction on that option, and that just kind of threw the read and the play out, and there's nowhere to go, and Huntsville able to gobble them up.
Yeah, I don't know who he was trying to read on that play, and surely it wasn't the nose, but it was like the nose was unblocked. Number 99 came through, and he ran into a brick wall right there. But, guys, going back to what you're talking about Kirkland, how explosive he is, I don't think he's broke one this year for like a long gain or a touchdown, but, man, he is so due. He can get to 100% with 1 step. Man, I'd love to see him bust one right here and take it to the house.
He's breaking 1 tackle away from taking one to the end zone. He is that close. 2nd down and 11, 1:49 to go in the half. CJ back to pass, rolls right side, throws it back left side, a little screen. Parker's got it. Parker, sideline, 45. goes out of bounds. Did he get out of bounds in time to stop the clock, or did they get him inside in bounds? Yeah, stop the clock with 1:40 to go in the half.
Good job. They've been rolling CJ to this side, been rolling this time. They roll him this way, flips it back on the backside, trying to come out the back door. Colin Parker's got it. But, Barry, you want to talk about speed? What about the middle linebacker being out of position for Huntsville, able to track Parker down, but once again, Parker with a big 7-yard gain.
How many passing yards? Not many at all, right, Chris?
7. That pass right there.
Wow. 3rd down and 3. Clock stopped. We're on our 45-yard line. 1:40 to go in the half. Down 14-0. Hands up the middle. Tripped up. Dives for a yard. It's going to be 4th and 2. I don't think you can gamble and go for it here. Huntsville calls a timeout with 1:36. You can't take a gamble here. You're giving the ball on your 45. You could be looking at 21-0 at half.
Yeah, I think Coach Weingarten right now, hands on his knees. He's called to play. Let's see what's going on. Looks like
Huntsville called timeout.
Yeah, I think they want to stop the clock and get the ball back one more time.
Yeah, Coach Weingarten, he's having a counseling session with his quarterback down here. Undoubtedly, his quarterback made the wrong read on that last play, something that probably if he had kept the ball, maybe he could have got upfield and got the first down. But once again, Barry puts the Albertville offense in kind of a precarious position here at 4th and 2. Man, you talk about a gutsy call. If you go for it and get it, great job. If you don't, you put the Huntsville offense with the ball on Albertville side of midfield.
I don't think you can go for it here. I mean, if you don't get it here, Huntsville's got it on your side of the 50-yard line.
You just got to play for the second half and hope, hope we can stop them right here on this series.
Because we get the ball first to begin the second half, right? So
yes.
We're down 14-0. Go ahead and make some adjustments and hopefully come out hotter than you are on offense. Aggies lining up to go. Let's see if we may fake it. Try to pull them off sides. Nope, gonna go. Hands off, hit in the backfield. A loss of about 3. We chose to go for it. I think Huntsville, everybody there knew what was coming. 3 Panthers hit him in the backfield. A loss on the play.
Keith absolutely nowhere to go. As soon as the running back got the ball in his hands and looked up, number 99, Deterian Cawthorn, 6 foot, 280-pound junior, literally put his face mask in the numbers of the running back.
Yeah, and evidently it was the wrong read again. And Coach Weingarten is absolutely having to come apart down there.
So now Huntsville takes over on the Aggie 43-yard line, 1:31 to go in the half. Hands off, up the middle. He's got a hole, 40. He was going to be dragging a tackler down to the 34-yard line. Evan House was hanging on for dear life, and that's a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Huntsville lines up quickly. Clock running, 1:14. Smith hands off again, up the middle. There he goes again, 30, 29, 28. First down, big running back. Settlers again, another Huntsville first down.
And Huntsville holding on to that one timeout in case they need it, but very quickly back to the line.
First down, hands off to Settlers again, right up the middle, 25, 22. They're getting about 6-7 yards every carry.
And Coach Gay's completely happy with this. Plus, he knows right now that he's inside the 25-yard line, so that's 3 points pretty much automatic for his kicker.
Clock running, 2nd and 3. Settlers again, same carry. Going to be hit. He will be slammed down at the 29-yard line, but it's going to be enough, I believe. Let's see the spot. Is it enough for a first? Clock stopped, 44 seconds, and Huntsville call a timeout.
Huntsville had to. Yep.
Yeah, so they did not get the first down, so it's 3rd down and half a yard with 44 seconds to go in the half.
Underneath handoff going to the far side, and Settlers slammed on the brakes and then got north and south, but a great job. And I want to say, Barry, that might have been Christian Ramirez in there again, able to make the tackle. Linebacker, I think Peyton Jones, able to come up and aid the tackle, making it about half a yard short, which is big. And the reason why that's big is not only does it make it 3rd down, but it forces Huntsville, who had one timeout remaining, to utilize this timeout. Boy, howdy, if Albertville could get out of here, or some missed clock mismanagement by Huntsville, that would help us out.
Huntsville's fumbled it twice, so we couldn't take advantage in the first half.
I was going to say another turnover would be nice right here, guys.
Here we go, 3rd down and half a yard. Huntsville lines up, 44 seconds to go in the half. Hands off, up the middle, bounces left side, gets around the corner. 15 to the 10. They're going to shove him out of bounds, but is there a flag down?
That's a holding penalty there.
Yeah, there's another Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field against Huntsville.
not going to give a name or a number, but the guilty party's looking over at his coaching staff with his hands in the air. One of the wide receivers here along the near side when the running back bounced it for Huntsville here along the near side, trying to turn the corner. Just a little bit too much grabbing by the interior wide receiver for Huntsville.
They would have had it first and goal on about the 2-yard line. But now you're going to back it up. Plus, you've used a little bit of clock. 37 seconds to go in the half. Huntsville leads 14-0. Trying to add to it here before the half. Holding Huntsville.
Yeah, I don't know who our defender was over here that was trying to get to the tackle, but whoever it was, he was being hog-tied pretty much on this side.
I think it was Jude Fan that was kind of got all tied up.
May have been, yeah.
They've had quite a few penalties here in the first half.
Yes, that's the 5th one on Huntsville in that.
So they have not helped themselves at all between penalties and turnovers.
Marshall County Sheriffs are getting excited here in the second quarter, guys.
All right, so it's third down. Third down and about 8 with 37 seconds to go. Smith out of the gun. Third down and 8. May have to pass. Back to pass. Play action. Looks. Throws down the middle. Got him in. Got it. Touchdown. Huntsville.
Wow. Fake the underneath handoff. Keep play action. Safety's bite on that play action. You leave your corner hanging out to dry. Wide receiver gets inside possession or position on him on a post pattern, and just a beautifully thrown ball and a beautiful executed play.
Well, you're talking about a guy that went and laid it out there, and a young man with some burst to be able to run that thing down. He caught another gear at about the 8-yard line, able to run that one down. Elite speed and great hands to make the catch.
I thought he was overthrown when the quarterback released it, but Grissom caught up with it right in the back of the end zone. Great catch. That hurts with 30 seconds to go in the half. Extra point.
Ooh.
And it's good. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 30 seconds in the half, 21-0 Huntsville. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
Hey folks, Mark Brickey, Sand Mountain Toyota. There's a lot to consider when buying a truck. Towing capacity, cab space, gas mileage, resale value. When you're talking with your salesman, is he willing to sit behind the wheel of the same kind of truck he claims to stand behind? Here at Sand Mountain Toyota, we buy what we sell. Not only do we stand behind our trucks, we put our own money and trust in Toyota trucks, just like you. Come by and check out our huge selection of popular Toyota trucks. Sand Mountain Toyota, we're more than a dealership.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
Aggies with one timeout to go here in the first half. Got to bounce one down the middle between everybody. Coming up and the scoop. Here comes Cooper Scott to make that. Parker going down at the 29-yard line. Huntsville special teams do a good job. Nowhere to go.
Keith, you can tell that they're well coached. They just stay in their lanes. And when the running back or the returner starts to get close to him, they just break down and then start to converge where he is. And it hadn't been a single tackler. It's been a multitude of tacklers on that.
Yeah, and they do a great job staying in your lanes, like you said. But number 25, Ryan War, senior linebacker, I think he's made the last 2 tackles. They've got some sure tacklers on that side of the ball, guys.
CJ comes out. Only 26.4 to go in the half. Talik wide left side. CJ hands off. No, he does hand off up the middle, 31-yard line, maybe a yard, maybe two. It'll be second and 8. Not much offense. We've had a couple of first downs, and that is it.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Weingarten saying, you know, discretion, the better part of valor.
Yeah.
We need to go to the locker room and talk to it down 21-0.
So we'll take a timeout. Halftime coming up. Timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Halftime, Huntsville leads 21-0. You're listening to Albertville Football on Power 107.5.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank. www.pibonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 466340.
Save big, sell bigger. Now list your home for 2% with RE/MAX Guntersville and RE/MAX Heritage in Arab as they've embraced the new changes in real estate. Call the number on the screen to talk with an agent to find out how you can now keep more of what's yours by listing your home for 2%. Discover the difference with RE/MAX, one of the most trusted names in real estate, where you know you're always getting quality service. Make that call today to start your 2% listing where you'll keep more of what's yours and save big, sell bigger.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Albertville High School Band is under the direction of Dr. Taylor Cash, Josh Anderson, Aaron Saxon, Nathan Haskew, and Alana Garrett. The color guard instructors are Ansley Cash and Cassidy Bailey. The dance line instructor is Lindsay Beck, and the percussion instructor is Brian Crawford. Tonight we are proud to present our 2025 show titled Fuego. We begin with Set Fire to the Rain by Adele and continue the opener with Burning by Jelly Roll. The show continues with our percussion feature, Fuego by Pitbull, followed by Ashes by Celine Dion. We will conclude tonight's performance with Phoenix by Fall Out Boy. The Aggie Band is under the field direction of drum major Landon McCann. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the award-winning Albertville High School Aggie Band.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
You never know what somebody's going through when they come in the bank. Calling them by name is so very important. Just make a difference in somebody's life today.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this community channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
Let's win the second half. Concentrate on that. Here's the opening kick, second half. Huntsville up 21-zip. High kick, deep kick, returnable. Here comes the Aggies. Parker's got a 20. He's got a little room up the middle. 30, 35 to the 40. He needs a block. Midfield, the kicker is there. Kicker will not get him 30, but he'll step out of bounds. That was a great job on the special teams, and there were no flags down.
Great job down the middle return. Colin Parker got it in the air. Kane went upfield about 2 steps and then broke back to the middle. Great job. It opened up literally like the Red Sea. One man to beat. And Keith, I think the kicker dove, and in that dive got just a fingernail, maybe on the hip pad, and that was enough to knock him out of bounds.
Yeah, and we bragged about their kickoff coverage in the first half, and I tell you, it can happen to anybody. You go to sleep just for a minute. Boys, the middle of that field opened up, and you could have drove a Buick through it.
32-yard line, first down and 10. Hands up, Parker up the middle, 30. Got a hole, 25, 22. That's close to a first down. A gain of 9, maybe 10. Let's see. It's 10. First down, Albertville.
Looks like maybe Albertville, not only did that kickoff return give them a little jolt of energy, but having positive field and yardage right now on Huntsville's side. A couple of adjustments at halftime. Albertville comes out with their first offensive play, 10.5 yards.
First down, 23-yard line, early second half. CJ hands up again. Parker, 20-19 to the 18. The offensive line doing a good job. Not as much on that play, but still positive yardage to the 19. It's a gain of about 4.
I still think this game, Keith, if you're going to run the football, you've got to run it between the tackles. The reason why, you got those 2 stud defensive ends out there. You don't want to mess with them. And I think that the interior, led by Kellen Hampton, and you got J.D. Sanders in there, Christian Ramirez, I think those guys can get some movement.
Parker goes out. Kirkland comes in. 2nd and 6 on the 19. Aggies driving. To give to Kirkland up the middle. Tries to bounce it off. And that time they stuff the middle. Nothing on the outside. Loses a yard. It's going to be third down now to about 7, about 8.
Keith, I think you got a little bit of happy feet right there. Hold back to the inside, but Jakari bounced it. When he bounced it, you're bouncing it right into the speed of that defensive end and outside linebacker.
Yeah, you nailed it on the previous call. I think we can move these guys around up front. You know, we had a hole big enough you can drive a Cadillac through 2 plays ago. Looked really good. Right there, their nose guard did a good job. But like you said, I don't think you can bounce it, man. They got some animals out here playing defensive end.
Talik wide right side, 1-on-1. Back to pass. CJ looks to Talik to the middle, throws it short. He's diving catch. Did he get it?
Yes, sir, he did.
What a catch. Oh.
No. Back judge is coming in waving it off. Said he saw it from underneath.
Watching the replay here, he made a great attempt at the 10-yard line. They're going to say the ball hit the turf, apparently.
I'm going to say the back judge is wrong, John.
Wow.
I'm going to say he caught that football.
Well, we get the opportunity to be able to see the replay, and looking from the front side, looked like Talik got his fingertips underneath it. Now, we don't have a back view of it, but it sure did look like a catch to me, Barry.
Oh, that was a tough call. They're going to say incomplete. Aggies are going to go. It's 4th down and 7. CJ threw it the only place he could throw it to where only Talik could make the catch. I thought Talik had it. They're going to say it hit the ground first. So now, fourth down. The Aggies are going to go for it. You're down 21-0. You got a good drive going on the 20-yard line.
Got to hurry up. Only 9 seconds left on the play clock. You don't want to burn a timeout this early.
They're going to have to.
Unfortunately, Coach Weingarten wants to talk to that back judge. He is highly upset with that back judge.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, come here.
Look, and I'm not just being a homer, okay? I know I'm a homer a pretty good bit, but I'm not being one on this one. He caught that football. Now, he kind of trapped it against his thigh pad, but that ball never touched the ground. It was a catch. I thought Talik did a great job on that one. And the two gentlemen on this side had as good a view as I did. I'm surprised that the back judge waved that one off. But I tell you, I think they missed one right there.
I think they're going to try to get that up on the Jumbotron just so the fans can have a chance to boo bird the back judge. Once again, we don't have a view from the back side, but it sure did look like on replay from the front side that Talik got his hands under it and was able to keep that ball from hitting the ground.
Wow. All right, Aggie's going to go. Coming out of the timeout on the 20-yard line. Fourth down and 7. 10:02 to go in the third. Aggies, good drive opening up the second half. CJ drops back. Pressure's coming. Pressure's coming. He just has to throw it away. There's nobody there. There is nobody there, but he is about to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. So to avoid the sack, he just got rid of it.
Guys, they brought a blitz up the middle. CJ had to retreat. Keith, I don't know if you heard me say he's there. But, man, number 7, Braxton Hudgens, had lined up kind of in that tight end position, ran right down the middle of the field, and there was nobody in the same zip code if CJ could have seen him.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, sometimes they blitz, and it's just perfect, and he got in his face really quick, guys. He had to get rid of that one.
So big Wyatt Smith, quarterback, takes over. 1st and 10, Huntsville going the other way on the 20. They'll go back to what they do best. They run the ball right up the middle. He's going to be hit by Prater. Stands him up, a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Looks like once again they're going to come out of the halftime locker room and say, hey, you guys really didn't stop us at all running the football in the first half. Let's just come out of the halftime locker room and see if it works. And Barry right there on 1st down, gain of 4 yards.
If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. It's right up the middle, 4 yards. You can win with 4 yards a pop right now. Early third quarter, Huntsville ball, 2nd and 6 on the 24-yard line. Man in motion, he'll pitch it to him. He cuts around the right side, 25, driving him out of bounds. Jude Fan. If you get a chance, I'm trying to see if Draven Hendricks is out there. During the half, Keith, they were walking him under the medical tent with a big bag of ice on his right hand. So I'm not sure if he's going to be out there or not.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get some information on him.
So it's 3rd down at about 3. I think I see, nope, that's 15. I'm not seeing Draven. So it's 3rd down. Smith, hands off, up the middle, fighting, 31-yard line, 1st down. Give them a gain of 4, 1st down, Huntsville.
Every time that they've needed to be able to get a 1st down, they've always utilized the left side of this offensive line behind 6'5", 280 Mike Price and Hudson DeHoop, 6'1", 230. Did it again, Barry. Needed 5, gained 6, 1st down.
Nothing fancy, right up the gut. 31-yard line, 1st down. Hands off up the middle again. 35, 39, 40. A gain of at least 9, if not 10. It's going to be a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1.
And the coaching staff for Albertville down here, trying to get their players fired up, trying to make some adjustments. But, guys, it's just big boy football in there right now.
Back to the action again. Hands off right up the middle. There he goes again. He is going to be hit at the 45-yard line, but he has a 1st down. They're bringing in Cinco Dawkins, Xavier Drake, and Sedler, swapping them out. All 3 are really good running backs.
Guys, and when you get one that gets tired after running the ball 2 or 3 times, they've got another one in there. But credit, once again, those 5 or 6 big hog mollies up front for Huntsville, just moving our defensive line around.
Well, they waste no time. 1st down, back to pass. Throws left side, got his man. Hit at the midfield stripe. Good tackle by Talik Saint. It's going to be a good gain of about 4, though. 2nd and 6.
Keith, don't you think that was just kind of a safe pass? Gonna throw it out here, let my guy catch it, get 4 or 5 yards, but that keeps Albertville from just literally loading the box on them.
Yeah, and they may be setting up something deep, John.
2nd and 6. Turns, hands off, right side, tries to cut around the corner. They got him. Good job of the Aggie defense. Peyton Jones, first Aggie back there. Jude Fan is there, along with Keegan Thompson.
Well, great job there by Peyton Jones, able to fight off of his blocker, stayed level down the line of scrimmage, came up, made a great play, ripped down number 5, Dawkins, to the ground. That's textbook defense and tackle right there by Peyton Jones.
Lost on the play at 3rd down and 7. You're not seeing Hendricks in there. I'm not seeing him on the sideline either. Had a big bag of ice on his hand during the halftime show, so we'll see if he's going to be able to come back out. 3rd down 7. Huntsville on their 48-yard line. Big 3rd down call. Got to stop them here. Smith, the gun, fakes, rolls left side, looks, throws it short, got his man to the 45, to the 40, 1st down to the Aggie 40-yard line, 1st down.
What a play there. Just lined up like they were going to run like they've done the entire series so far. This time Smith fakes the run, comes out here, pivots out on a naked bootleg. He's got a flood route with a wide receiver deep, medium, and shallow. Throws it to the shallow wide receiver who gets north and south, moves the chains.
1st down, Aggie 40-yard line. High snap, hands off Sedler up the middle, over the 40, 35. He's dragging tacklers to the 30. He is strong all the way to the 29-yard line. 1st down again.
Keith, what do you do with that? I mean, the line's doing their job. You come up, make a play, and then the running back's that strong, drags you for 6 yards.
You just got to get hats to the ball, man. You got to get 11 to the ball.
1st down there, hurry-up offense. Quick drop, right side. Ooh. The receivers stop. The pass went about 2 yards upfield, almost picked off, incomplete.
Was that was Cooper that nearly had a shot. The ball actually got on the wide receiver, number 2, Grissom, really quick. Went off of his fingertips, but Cooper Scott on the back end, diving from his cornerback position, nearly had a chance to pick that one off.
6:38 to go in the 3rd. Huntsville driving up 21-zip. Smith hands off. Sedler up the middle. He's going to hit a wall. Good job of the Aggie defense. They're going to drive him backwards. Who was the first Aggie there on the tackle? Couldn't see if Big Christian's in there, if he checked out. I don't think it was. I think that was big number 79 for the Aggies. And a good job by Kevin Bravo.
Yeah, Keegan Thompson getting off the bottom of that pile. And bless his heart, he got up kind of shaking his helmet. But Keegan may be lucky if he weighs 180 pounds and a mass of humanity fell on him.
Gain of 2, 3rd down and 8. And
jump.
Penalty, Huntsville.
Yeah, where their offensive lineman got in a hurry.
Huntsville's had their share of penalties, and they've had 2 turnovers. But unfortunately, the Aggies couldn't take advantage of any of that.
And you know what, Barry? I attribute that jump to the 12th man,
yeah,
because they are in front of the Aggie band, and the Aggie band is rocking and rolling, and I think one of their offensive linemen just got lost in that, and he moved.
Back it up 5. It's 3rd down at about 13. Smith drops, looks right side, pumps, fakes, throws it downfield, got a man, bobbled it, incomplete. That was a nice pass. His receiver ran under, but he bobbled it, incomplete, 4th down.
I thought he had a chance to actually bring that in, and was it Talik that was able, or was it Cooper that ripped that ball apart?
I think it's Cooper that was able to get to him. Guys, that receiver and his number 2, what's his name, John?
Grissom,
he gets to 100 miles an hour in 3 steps. He stops, double moves, and able to get to 100 miles an hour again in 2 steps.
Wow. He
can really play ball. Did you say he's the best wide receiver? One of the best wide receivers in the state, John, by stats?
He's the number 1 wide receiver in all of 7A. He averages 111 yards a game, has 8 touchdowns.
4th down, back to pass. Smith looks, has time, now being chased, rolls right side. Froelich is chasing, throws, wide open, incomplete, over the head of the receiver. The Aggie defense has held.
Great job there by the Aggie defense, and they're aided by, and it looked like Mason Froelich, guys, was on the hip of Wyatt Smith, so he couldn't really get comfortable. He had a wide open receiver, but because he couldn't get comfortable because of Froelich chasing him down behind, ball kind of went errant on him, and the Aggie defense able to get out of that jam.
To me, that stop belongs to the offensive coordinator. Why change the offense when you're getting 5-6 yards of carry?
Yeah.
Why change?
Exactly.
You decided to get fancy and throw it a couple of times, and now look what it got you.
Yeah.
Or run it outside. I mean, they're doing such a good job inside running the football. I don't know why you don't. I'd line up with a Wildcat and run it right at us 50 times.
Aggies take over.
Just decide to start practicing something else, I guess.
I guess. It's 21-0 Huntsville, 5:48 to go 3rd quarter. Aggies take over on downs, 1st down on her own 33-yard line. CJ back to pass, looks right side, throws it deep. Talik's there, underthrew.
That's pass interference.
He tried to come back. Yeah, the official couldn't get his flag out of his pants, but he finally did, and that's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, and you might actually get pass interference on this one because CJ got hit, guys. Because he got hit, he couldn't get all of his arm into it. Ball fluttered. Talik was stopping to come back, and the Huntsville guy ran all over him.
Official was trying. He just couldn't get it out. But he did. But the receiver, the defender grabbed Talik so he couldn't come back and make the catch. Pass interference.
I think they were wondering right for a moment, did the ball get tipped? But the ball did not get tipped. It was a perfect pass. I mean, CJ got hit after he got rid of the ball. Guys, if we're going to throw the ball, and listen, I will take this 15-yard pass, and y'all were trying to talk about taking the top off the defense. but we have got to give CJ time. And the interior right there of the offensive line, by the time CJ got in his drop and was looking downfield, he was getting hit by number 99 coming right down the middle, Dentarian Cawthorn. If we're going to pass, we have got to get better along the offensive front blocking.
CJ just underthrew Talik. Talik had his man beat down the sideline. I'd go back. First down and 10. Hands off to flags are down. Aggie's going to bring this one back. A gain of about 3. Good run by Parker, but it's not going to matter. You know, this is one of the few Aggie penalties we've had in the game.
Yeah, we didn't have any. That's the first one.
First one?
Yeah.
And that was an illegal shift, guys. You had one of the running backs coming in motion, and the other running back he left out of his stance and took one step too early. And
G-Man Sarant is slow getting upfield around about where the tackle was made. He was downfield trying to block. Couldn't see what happened. Hopefully, breath's knocked out of him. Let's hope that's all.
No, they're working on his knee, Barry.
Yeah, it looked the very end of that play. Somebody got blocked into the side of his leg. And it didn't look just terrible, but I'm sure it tweaked something. Maybe he's just a little sprain, something like that, but get him up and get him moving again. Update on Draven. I don't think we'll see Draven again in this one.
Okay.
He's wrapped up, and I think his night's over.
And he was having a good first half. Hey, good to see Ugensley Sarant up.
They not put any weight on that leg, though, Barry.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you, Keith, when you look at the replay up here. I mean, nothing malicious. He's making a football play, and the Huntsville guy's making a football play, and just kind of he kind of gets rolled up on the side by the pile, and hopefully no damage to the ligaments. Hopefully it just tweaked it a little bit.
So they're going to take him under the medical tent. With the penalty, it's 1st and 15 for the Aggies on the 43-yard line. 5:35 remaining third quarter. Huntsville leads 21-0. That was the halftime score. Aggies took the opening drive after the good opening kick return, but turned it over on downs on the last possession. Now 1st and 15 on their 43. Kobe Watson in motion right side. CJ back to pass. Looks, he's got his man. Talik makes the catch. Gets most of the penalty yardage back. A gain of 4. Goes down. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, when you got 1st and 15, Huntsville giving a lot of cushion to the wide receivers, especially Talik Saint, because they know of his explosiveness. Drops back, and it's just a quick hit route. And you're just trying to get those 5 yards back so you can get back into your regular offense. Talik's able to make the catch, Barry, 2nd and 10.
So it's 2nd down and long for the Aggies. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter here on this homecoming night. Huntsville leads 21-0. Aggies with it. Right side Talik. Now you'll change to the left side. Sweat, he's been quiet tonight. Now Sweat in motion left side. Fakes to Sweat. Looks back left side. And Kobe Watson at the looks like Kobe's kind of held up at the line of scrimmage, and the pass falls about 15 yards downfield too far.
Well, I think they got man-to-man coverage. It looked to be across the way, Keith, on Talik, and hoping that Huntsville would get their eyes looking over there. And they were trying to run Kobe Watson, but a good job by the safety of following him. Just some, I mean, everybody wants pass interference, but that was just good hand checking and good defense.
Well, and if you look the way they're lining their defense up, everybody's within 8 to 10 yards. Their safeties are standing at 10 yards. I like the play call. You know, that's what you got to do. You got to back these guys up a little bit.
Here comes a blitz, 3rd down and 10. Here they come. CJ rolls left side, rolls right into the blitz, throws it to Kobe. It's overthrown. CJ rolled left right into the arms of 2 defenders. He just had unloaded over Kobe's head, incomplete.
Well, and once again, you said it, Kobe. I mean, this guy is 6'5", 250. And when he puts his arms up, he's about 9 feet tall, it seems like. And then when he jumps another foot, and CJ was just trying to get enough air to get it over the defensive end. And when he did, the receiver couldn't pull it in along the far boundary.
Hey, John, that guy's only a junior, too.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Let's just hope we go to 6A and got to worry about him next year.
Exactly.
All right, 4th down. CJ's going to punt it away. Thought about maybe fake. What a kick by CJ. Back at the 25. Here comes a return. He's got some room. 30, 35, 40. There he goes. CJ, he's destroyed. Turns back to the left. CJ chasing, and he's going to walk into the end zone. There's a flag down at the 48-yard line. Bring it back. It's a touchdown, but it's not going to count.
And I truly, guys, I don't know what he saw because, I mean, the flag, unless there was just some kind of something malicious behind the play, because by the time the flag came out, the punt returner was at the 35-yard line of Albertville. Now, yeehaw. I'm glad that we got a flag that backs it up. But once again, I know Coach Weingarten and the special teams, you got to stay fanned out. You've got to stay in your lanes, and you got to break down. They're going to call targeting.
Oh, wow.
A targeting call against Huntsville. Somebody must have peeled back on an Albertville player.
I'll tell you what, that guy got from where he caught that ball to the end zone in a hurry. He's about 160 pounds of a bolt of lightning.
Yeah,
they've
so
got
fast.
some elite speed over there.
Yeah, they do. So they mark it off all the way back to the 33. 4:12 to go in the third. Huntsville up 21-0. So that's where we should at halftime.
That's the only negative when you get a really good punt and you get it way down there is you can't get your cover guys down there in time for this guy to take off with it.
All right, Huntsville ball. Quarterback Wyatt Smith out of the gun. One back behind him. That's Settler. He'll turn, hands off to Settler. Turns left side. He's going to cut 40, 45 to the 48-yard line. Nice run, about 15 yards. See, that's what they should have done last drive, but you got fancy, all fancy-like, and he ended up turning it over.
I thought they were fixing to take a punt touchdown away, and Settler was fixing to settle that, guys, with one play. But a great job, defensive backs reacting, coming over the top. Once again, Jude Fan coming up to make a play along with Talik. You got to come up and make a tackle, Barry.
Yep, 47-yard line, Huntsville. When they run the ball, they're very effective in the last couple of quarters. Hands off to Settler again. Bounces right side, stops, cuts, 50-49. Good tackle. Making the tackle for the Aggies. Let's see who's on the bottom of the pile. Froelich is there. And also, I think Evan House. Evan House has played a good game tonight.
Barry, it's not, and it's not any kind of trickeration football. I mean, when you watch them, I mean, I'm looking at the replay. That's just student body right. Everybody blocked to the right. He's trying to find a gap and gets 4 or 5 yards.
Second and 6, a gain of 4. Hands off right up the middle, 45, 44, 43. And there's House again. Well, you don't want to have to call Evan House's name a lot because when he's making tackles, that means they're getting about 10 yards downfield every time.
Yeah, because he's coming out of the defensive backcourt. That time a trap play, backside guard, or should I say play side guard, here on the near side, just pulls down the line, traps our guy out of there, and he goes north and south.
In a 5, it's 3rd down and 1 under 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Running back slips down. The quarterback's going to keep it, and Smith going down. The running back slipped. Quarterback just had to eat it, and he's going to be dropped for a couple of yards.
Wonder what Coach Gay will do right here. He's got a 21-0 lead, 2:45 to go in the third quarter. And I don't think, let's see, did they even punt? Huntsville punted once. The rest of the time they went for it on 4th down. Looks like Coach Gay, discretion the better part of valor. He's just going to punt Albertville with a 21-0 lead, try to punt Albertville deep. Doesn't believe and have confidence in the Albertville offense to take it the length of the field.
So they'll punt it away, 4th down at about 3. Aggies 1 man back deep. See if maybe Cooper Scott can break one. Here's a kick, high kick, good kick. Good coverage kick. It's almost going to hit one of his men on top of the head. It's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 11-yard line.
That was a great directional kick, guys. I mean, he put it, not only did he put it over on the far sideline, but Cooper Scott, if he would have been able to catch it, Barry, he had about 5 or 6 white jerseys around him. Cooper backs up, ball hits, goes out of bounds at the 11. I think Coach Gay did exactly what he wanted to do there. So I'm going to pin them in the shadow of their own goalpost, and I'm going to see if they can go 89 yards.
You know, guys, good job by the defense right there on that series, getting the stop.
You know, the defense overall has played well, but they're up against a bigger offensive line. In the second quarter, Huntsville's big offensive line just took control.
Yeah.
And just run it down their throat. Good to see there's G-Man is out there. Sarant's out there, so that's a good sign. He is okay. He is out there. So he's in the backfield. Kirkland's in the backfield. You've also got Parker back there. 1st down and 10 Aggies on the 11-yard line. Going the other way. And Dr. Kirkland tries to bounce. Yeah, he slipped down. You know, it's not really, is it like a dew falling? Because a lot of players have slipped on the turf tonight.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, guys. Not a whole lot, but I've always heard, we had a running backs coach at Jacksonville State when I was down there, Coach Wanaboo, and he would say don't cut off your outside foot. Or don't cut off your inside foot. And if you get on the side of that inside foot, you're going to slip a lot. But there's a little dew out here, but it's not terrible.
Unfortunate thing, Barry, that fall cost Albertville about 3.5, 4 yards.
So it's 2nd down at about 13. CJ almost in the end zone in the shotgun. He'll hand off right up the middle, just getting some yardage back to the 9-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down at about 12.
Hey, John, you was talking about it earlier, and you nailed it, man. trying to run the football off tackle against these two defensive ends is almost impossible.
Well, they're just big and they're long and they're athletic. And what I mean by long is they can get their hands on the offensive tackles and just kind of hold them at bay. And when the tackle can't move a defensive end out and he just kind of stalemates it, that's going to force everything back to the middle where there's a mass of humanity and just real hard sledding in there.
So it's 3rd down and 12, they call it. Under a minute to go, third quarter, 21-0 Huntsville on top. CJ back to pass. Look, steps up in the pocket, rolls right side, being chased, throws it, knocked down. Good defensive play. Sweat was there, but that was a good play by the defensive back, knocking away incomplete.
Yeah, Ryan Ward was nearly a man of war. He just about, CJ's under pressure, trying to catch Sweat here and on the near side, and Ward, I think, was baiting him into that. He's right in front of you. Looked like he was just trying to jump that pass.
Yeah, and he almost did. I believe he'd have took it to the house if he would have. You know, CJ did a really good job stepping up in the pocket that time, getting out here, getting away from those defensive ends. You know, if he had a little more time, Talik was downfield with by himself one-on-one.
CJ 5 yards deep in the end zone. The snap, the kick, returnable midfield. Here he comes, left side, down the sideline, 35-30. What a collision.
Whoa.
Froelich, there's a flag coming in. Are they going to say?
No, it was
I guess they're going to get the Huntsville guy for tackling our guys, what they're going to call it.
I didn't see what happened, but Froelich, what a lick he put on the return man.
Right down here in front of me, guys. Brant Sweat got tackled by one of the Huntsville guys. Number 9 is that guy that had a ton of speed. He comes down the side. He never seen Mason Froelich, man. He hammered him.
You used to have a cat that would do that on your leg. Man, he just jumped and grabbed it as you walked by.
No, you know what's funny is there was kind of this bunch of bodies that had gotten walled off. And you're right, Keith. About the time he cleared, he never saw Mason Froelich because he was kind of behind that wall, and that was just a shot.
That was a good lick.
It was.
So a Huntsville ball, first down, 36-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Smith steps back, looks, still looks. Nobody.
Gracious.
He's going to be hit, gets rid of it. Wide open. He drops it. Hit him in the worst place, right in the hands at the 10-yard line.
I'm sure you don't send that to Penn State or Oklahoma or Auburn where you're wide open and he throws it to you and he hit him and dropped it.
Right now, that's a delete. Delete that play.
We didn't have a defensive player within 30 yards of
goodness.
it.
Wow.
Nobody covers the tight end any level. Yeah,
wow.
I'm sure that doesn't make your highlight film into any D1 schools. I'm wide open and hit me in the hands.
I wonder if that football has some dew on it.
Wow. Second down and 10. That was a perfect pass by Smith. Smith hands off left side. Aggies will stack him up. Good job by Peyton Jones. First Aggie there. Froelich is there. Well, Froelich is really fired up here in the second half.
Froelich has come out of nowhere, but Peyton Jones did a great job. He was the initial tackler on that play, coming from the backside linebacker position, read his keys, got downhill in the lane, and when that was number 5, Dawkins. When Dawkins tried to turn back, just got a mouthful of Peyton Jones.
That will end the third quarter. Let's take a timeout. Timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. After 3, Huntsville leads 21-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family. Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for Bullfrog Spas and Swim Spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050.
If your parents and grandparents owned a Ford, odds are they bought theirs at Alexander Ford in Boaz. For over 50 years, Alexander Ford has been known as the Ford store in North Alabama. With some of the same faces you've grown to know and trust, we celebrate our past and are excited about our future. We still do business like we always have without hidden fees and high pressure. You can put your trust in us, just like your parents and grandparents did. Alexander Ford, your family Ford store.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter coming up. Aggie football brought to you by Power 107.5 and Howard Bentley Buick GMC. That was not a pretty quarter. Huntsville led at half 21-0. Aggies, well, they had a chance to open up the third quarter. We had a good return on the kick. We couldn't punch it in, so we're still there, 21-0.
Yeah, turnover on downs, punt. That's just a boring quarter.
Third down and 11. Smith, the quarterback, out of the gun. Hands off. He'll try to bounce it off right side. Stops. Cuts again. Nice run. 25-20. Foot race. 20-15 to the goal line. Touchdown. Xavier Drake. What a run. That was a nice run.
Wow. I mean, you get Xavier Drake comes to the near side, gets a block here at about the hash marks, gets upfield. The linebackers are trying to catch him. So what does he do? He just cuts back across the grain, and then Keith, once he got to about the 25-yard line, put it in another gear, running the entire secondary, or running away from the entire secondary to the flag on the far side.
It was the guy back in the day on ESPN that he would call ball games. He'd go, he's running to the right side, and whoop, he's going to the left side.
Whoop. Man, that was Drake. That was a good run. They are deep at running back. Here's the extra point. It is good. Opening play of the quarter. They strike early. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Early fourth quarter, 28-0 Huntsville. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5. Huntsville 2-2 in the region, but they beat Austin last week. They're playing some good football when it counts down the stretch. Kickoff. Oh, it hit one of the up men. I'm glad he was paying attention. Good job by Hudgens, because that was a line drive, bounced off of him, but he falls on it right at midfield.
I think the ball was kicked so hard at him it stuck.
Wow.
I mean, it just kind of stuck in his gut there, Barry.
Yeah, he had to wear that one. There was no – and, hey, credit to the young man for jumping on that.
It's like dodgeball. You can dodge a wrench, but you can't dodge a ball.
Yeah.
No. So 48-yard line Aggies will start. We've had decent field position here in the half, but we just couldn't do anything with it.
Offensive line's just got to do something, put something together. Got to have a positive fourth quarter, guys.
Parker Gibson checks in a receiver. He's wide right, Sweat in motion. Hands up, good run up the middle, 49-48. Colin Parker, man, he had some steam as he crossed midfield to the Huntsville 47, a gain of about 4, almost 5.
Yeah, good job there. Good read by CJ. Colin gets north and south. Good job by the blockers. You leave certain people alone. CJ reads that, and you're able to, when you run the offense right in an option and you leave the right people alone and you go block the right people, Barry, you gain yards. Right there, a good 5-yard gain.
Good job by the offensive line. Second down and 6. Parker in the backfield, Sweat in motion. Parker again up the middle, 44-yard line. Nice run. I see a couple of new faces in for Huntsville, but overall, most of the ones are out there. I see a few new faces out there now.
Looks like they got a new defensive tackle. He's come in. They've taken number 90. Yeah. Looks like number 99 is out. Number 55 has come in the game. That's Alex Teeter. He's a sophomore, so maybe getting a few younger ones in the game.
New linebacker or two in the game. So it's third down and 2, Albertville. In motion, G-Man. CJ, option, pitch back. Parker's got some room, 40 to the sideline. Down the sideline, 35-yard line. Good job of CJ. That's the best job of running the option he's done tonight.
Yeah, speed option here to the near side. Got great blocking from the wide receiver. Made the pitch to Parker, who then got north and south off of that block. Needed 3, but Barry, wait a minute. May have a
flag.
We got a sideline warning. Okay. So now they'll move the chains, but that was a good 10, 11-yard gain for Parker that gets the ball into the Huntsville 35-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, they've changed a few pieces of the defensive line out, or the starting 11. There's a few new faces, so Aggies, you need to make something positive out of this one. 10:33 to go in the game, down 28-0. We're on the Huntsville 35-yard line, first down and 10. CJ hands off. Parker again, dancing around, 30-29. Good run by Parker, just trying to find a hole, and he did, and get some good positive yardage, a gain of about 6.
Once again, they're doing a great job of making those reads. Offensive line pushing some people around. Huntsville has Keith, when you look at it, their linebackers are not creeped up to close to the line of scrimmage as they were, and maybe that's some reason, but a good job now by the Aggies on this drive.
Second down and 4 on the Huntsville 29-yard line. Wide left side, Gibson in a receiver. Sweat joins him. Sweat in motion. CJ all hands up. Wow, that time Parker.
Man,
some of the defensive line checked back in, and they showed it too. Big number 99 hits him in the backfield, a loss of a yard.
Yeah, DeTarian Cawthorn that we said had checked out so the sophomore could come play. He checks himself back in the very first play they handed off to
Parker. Yeah, he was.
Bam.
Third down and 4. 3 receivers wide right side. Man in motion. He's kind of limping as he comes around. CJ rolls the left side, back to the right side, throws it. Gibson's got it going down at the 33-yard line. There were 3 Panthers waiting on him. It'll be 4th down.
They've tried to run that backside slip screen a couple of times in this game, Barry. You can tell that the Huntsville defensive coaches have worked on that all week long because it just has not been there. I think we've actually completed it twice, but the 2 times that we've completed it immediately hit by the defensive backs of Huntsville.
It's like Talik is getting a break. He's not in there right now. 4th down and 2. Aggie's going to go on the Huntsville 33. Clock running, 8:44 to go in the game. 28-0 Huntsville. Aggie's trying to get something on the board. 2 receivers, make it 3 left side, and there's some movement.
And Huntsville's pointing our way.
Yeah.
I think he's got a legitimate case.
I think so.
I think our running back who wanted to kind of get into play decided he's playing arena ball.
I think I'd still go for it, though. You're down 28 zip. I guess a loss here, you're almost mathematically out of the playoffs.
Yeah, you would be. You would be. Huntsville keeps their hopes alive as they go to 3-2. Albertville will go to 1-4, and I would say that they're pretty much mathematically eliminated because any of those teams that are 4 and 5 above them are they've already beat them head to head.
4th down, about 13-14. Aggie's going to go for it from the 38-yard line. CJ drops back, has time. Now pressure's coming, throws it deep down the middle. He's going to overthrow everybody. Gibson was close, but it still falls about 10 yards past it.
Well, Keith, I think that CJ heard the footsteps of number 90, 6'5", 250 Chobe coming at him, and he just wanted to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, he did. I'm going to say this a second ago. You know, when they run that slip screen, CJ has to roll one side, and then he has to turn around, and he has to blindly almost throw it back the other way to try to throw it to that receiver on the backside. Well, you let that defensive end on that side go, and he looks like an absolute monster coming at you, unblocked, about to kill you when he throws that ball.
Huntsville ball. Smith throws left side out of the backfield, stops, heads upfield to the 42-yard line. Making the catch is Drake. Drake had the 37-yard touchdown catch. He has 2 touchdowns in the game.
Barry, I saw a couple of new offensive linemen check into the game, but it was an errant call on me. Still the starters in there for Huntsville on offense.
Yeah, 2nd down and 6, 7:45 to go in the game. Hands off to Drake. Drake strings that around the corner, gets a block. Flags are down. He's going to step out of bounds, but it's all coming back flag. If anything, Huntsville, too many penalties in the game to be a big threat down the stretch. They've got to get rid of those.
Well, and that's exactly what Coach Gay said. He said we are making way too many mistakes and too many inopportune penalties was his exact words, Barry. I think that you could agree with that statement and see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, they've made some inopportune mistakes with turnovers and errant passes and wide receivers dropping them, but then when you have some good explosive plays, they come back because of those inopportune penalties.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to get that penalty. The running back had already run by him.
Chris, how many penalties they got on the night?
That's the 10th one right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got players. I mean, they've got size, they've got offensive, they got speed everywhere. They clean that up, they're going to win some ball games.
Yeah, they can run the ball well. Big offensive line, big defensive line. They mark off the penalty, hands off right up the middle. Somebody popped him at the line of scrimmage. He still picks up 3-4 yards. Even when we're hitting them at the line of scrimmage, they're so strong, they're still getting 3, 4, 5 yards out of it.
Yeah, that was a great job. I'm trying to see.
Bravo was one of them. Prater was one of them.
Yeah, number 19, Tay Prater. He was the first man in that hole, sacrificing his body to make that stop. That's a good tackle by Tay Prater.
Gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down 11. 7:09 to go in the game. Huntsville's going to move to 5-2 on the season and 3-2 in the region.
12 man cranked up, Barry.
Yep, they're right in front of the Aggie band. 3rd down 11. Smith out of the gun, drops back.
Deep.
Plenty of time. Throws it deep. Got his man. Oh, he made the catch.
Wow.
16-yard line. What a catch by Bryson Grissom.
Do you want to know why Brian Grissom is the number 1 wide receiver in all of 7A? Barry, he split the safety and the corner, and Smith threw it out there, and he made a fingertip catch and brought it in at the 16-yard line. That is a catch that will get you to play on Saturdays, my friend.
6'1", 160. They got to stop the action. One of the Aggies couldn't. Keegan Thompson could not make it back to line up for the play, and the officials stop it. Or maybe the Aggies had to call a timeout because he was limpy coming up the field.
John, guys, even more difficult. He's running a post. He's looking over his left shoulder. He catches that ball over his right shoulder, able to adjust with that ball in the air. I tell you, that's one of the best catches I've seen all year. That was incredible.
It was a fingertip grab. By the time he grabbed it, it was almost hitting the turf in front of him, but he got it with his fingertips.
And you know, go back to what you said a few moments ago, Keith, is they've got the bodies, they've got the speed, and right there they just show you that they can, you know, have explosive plays and get chunk plays of yardage. It's just those turnovers and inopportune penalties that Coach Gay talked about that's really killing them. And right there, the Aggies on a 3rd down and long had a chance to get off the field offensively, but I mean, listen, I think the Aggies played it perfect, guys. The safety was right where he needed to be. You had Cooper Scott right where he needed to be. Guy just made a great play.
All right, 6:36 to go in the game. It's 1st and 10. Smith hands off to the right side, stops, cuts, 10-9, 8-yard line. They just keep swapping in and out backs, and they're all 3 really good. That was Settlers again on the carry.
Yeah, Settlers is kind of that bigger thumper back. The other 2 are smaller, more shifty, kind of like a water bug kind of a thing. This guy right here, Keith, when he's running at you, Settlers is looking for somebody to hit.
He's built to squat a house. He's one of those guys. I bet he's a weight room freak. He looks like a strong kid.
2nd down and 2 inside the 10-yard line. Smith out of the gun. Man in motion. He'll pitch to him. Stops, cuts to the 6-yard line. They'll drag him down, but it's going to be enough for a first, I believe. Is that Froelich that chased him down? Well, Froelich's had a really good second half.
Yeah, Froelich did a great job linebacker. A little pop pass, just popped it forward. Everybody's keying on Settler. Settler actually leads number 4 for Huntsville. Balson up in the hole, gets the first down.
6-yard line, 1st down and goal for Huntsville. In motion again, little pitch. He's going to try to bounce it around the corner. Stops, cuts, 6-5, dives.
Oh.
Did he get in? Touchdown. Diving into the end zone.
Pop pass this way, and instead of cutting up behind the block, he just turns on the jets right in front of you, Keith. Number 2, Bryson Grissom. We talked about it. Not only is he a great wide receiver, but he's got a lot of speed. Turned the corner, dives airborne, hits the pylon. That was a pretty touchdown.
Hey, who's he being recruited by? Is he getting some big time recruiting? Schools recruiting him?
Yeah, believe it or not, no. He hasn't been, but now there's a lot of other little offers around, and some people just haven't talked to him yet, but Coach Gay says, I see him playing on Saturday.
Well, he's fast. He cut that corner that time, thought he was going to be tackled for no gain, cut the corner, dives into the end zone. Now for the point after kick, that one has good hang time, and it's not, I think it's called a fair catch, so there's no good. We'll take a timeout, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 5:26 to go, 34-0 Huntsville. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
At the Carpet Store, Highway 431 in Albertville, we're more than just our name. Sure, we're carpet, but we're so much more. We're ceramic floors, showers, backsplashes. We're hardwood, laminate, and luxury vinyl tile. We're We're installation supplies, vinyl flooring, and remnants. Why not visit our beautiful showroom and let our professional sales staff show you all the things we are? The Carpet Store, Mosley Flooring, Highway 431 in Albertville, where we're so much more than just our name.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you Community Channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's Community Channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of Community Channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373.
Albertville scoring up at another impressive drive.
Yeah, just another impressive drive. This time they did get an explosive play. That long pass play from Smith to Grissom that set up a 7-play, 63-yard drive. Grissom does the honors from 4 yards out. Extra point, no good. But Huntsville blanking the Aggies tonight here, middle of the fourth quarter, 34-0.
Makes it even tougher coming off the big emotional win over Grissom 2 weeks ago. You get the week off. Now Huntsville comes in on homecoming and this puts it to you. Here's a kick, bobbled, 15-yard line. Parker changes directions, good run. He does a good job just making something out of nothing to the 30-yard line. Good run by Colin Parker.
I thought Parker actually had a chance to kind of break out the back door, Barry, for the first time all night. And I don't know if it was some younger guys in there, but they got a little bit of lackadaisical, did the coverage team. There was a gap. Normally they've been staying in their lanes and breaking down, and this time there was kind of a hole in there, and they were able to get north and south. Parker gets it up to the 30-yard line.
Huntsville has a few new faces in. Aggies come out first and 10, 30-yard line, 5:19 left, 34-0 Huntsville leads. CJ out of the gun, hands up to Parker. Parker's got a hole, 35. They're going to swing him around, and finally the whistle comes in. So it's a gain of about 5.
When he was trying to make the tackle, boy, they were really trying to rip that ball loose. I think they went sideways about 5 or 6 yards before they actually went to the ground.
So a gain of 5.
Did the do-si-do with him there.
Didn't he? Swing your partner around and around. So it's 2nd and 5. Aggies on the road next week. Going to be taking on Bob Jones. Bob Jones. They're having a must-win tonight and right up the middle.
He got cut down.
He sure did.
Boy, that was number 97, I think, that's in there right now. He's kind of checked into the game. Caden Jones, sophomore defensive lineman, and they've got him listed at 210. If he's 210, I'm 210, guys. I'm just saying, that's a big boy right there.
We get Bob Jones next week. They're at Austin tonight. That's a big game for Bob Jones. Austin's 3-1. Bob Jones 2-2 in the region. Bob Jones needs that one for a chance to get home field in the playoffs. 3rd down and 2, Albertville. 4:07 left in the game. CJ hands off. Kirkland stops, cuts, good move. 40 stiff arm, 45. Man, he runs so hard. He punishes you at the end of the run and gets an Aggie first down.
Barry, you want to go ahead and look at some scores across the region real quick. 3rd quarter, Scottsboro over Guntersville, 24-13. Anniston just beating the devil out of, no pun intended, out of the Etowah Blue Devils, 42-7. Fort Payne over Gaston City, 27-10. James Clemens over Sparkman. That one kind of an upset in the 4th quarter, 31-24.
First down, Albertville, 45-yard line. Sweat in motion, hands up to Parker up the middle, fighting to the 49. Ball is loose. Was he down? No.
Got it back.
Yeah, got it back, so it's a gain of 4.
There's some other scores of note coming across. Boaz is just precariously hanging on to a 17-6 lead over Brewer. Douglas over Sardis, 28-13. I was trying to see if there's any more. How about this? Fife over Whitesburg Christian, 62-21. Geraldine on Brindley Mountain. It was in the second quarter. Last report, 49-0. Geraldine over Brindley in the second quarter.
Goodness.
And I was trying to see if there was any other ones. Oh, the Austin Bob Jones game. At half, it was Austin 21-7 over Bob Jones.
Okay. Austin bouncing back after their loss last week to this Huntsville team. Second down and 7 under 3 minutes to go. CJ rolls right side. Pressure. He's been pressured all night. Almost hits Kobe Watson on the sideline. It's off his fingertips out of bounds. But CJ has rarely had a play when he's able to just sit in the pocket and find somebody downfield.
CJ's walking back to our huddle, number 90. The big Chobe kid's walking back to his huddle. And those two are just like nonchalantly just talking to one another. And I would love to have been a fly on the wall to hear what that conversation was about.
I tell you, and he's having to throw over a big guy right there. And he put the ball out there where it could have been caught. Not a bad job by that young man. He's had a hard time with these two defensive ends tonight.
He's been pressured the entire game. Third down and 7. A lot of confusion here on the Aggies. People going everywhere. Is there a flag or a timeout?
Nah, they call a timeout.
Yeah. We'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 2:47 to go in the game. 34-0 Huntsville. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
Hey folks, Mark Brickey, Sand Mountain Toyota. There's a lot to consider when buying a truck. Towing capacity, cab space, gas mileage, resale value. When you're talking with your salesman, is he willing to sit behind the wheel of the same kind of truck he claims to stand behind? Here at Sand Mountain Toyota, we buy what we sell. Not only do we stand behind our trucks, we put our own money and trust in Toyota trucks, just like you. Come by and check out our huge selection of popular Toyota trucks. Sand Mountain Toyota, we're more than a dealership.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
Almost came back and got it. He and the defensive back were pushing and shoving, but that's a good no call, though.
That's a great no call. Actually, it's a pretty good play if you think about it.
Yeah.
Handoff going one way, pitches it on the reverse, coming this way. Then they lateral it again back to CJ. You've actually got wide receiver. He's back there on a cornerback. Corner played good position, got underneath it, and just batted the ball away. Good play all the way around. Good play design offensively. Good defensive play by Huntsville.
If you're the Aggies, you go ahead and go for it. It's 4th down and 6. You'd love to get something on the board, not to be shut out here at home. 2:38 left. On your 49-yard line, down 34-0. Kobe Watson in motion right side. CJ drops back, looks, throws to the middle. Talik's got it, the catch, 40, first down. Fighting to the 37-yard line, first down Albertville.
It's a good job there, Talik, as inside slot receiver. Just drives down the hash marks, kind of a skinny post, or drives back toward the middle. CJ sees him. He's behind the linebackers in front of the secondary in that dead zone. Just a good pitch and catch. Move the chains, first down.
38-yard line, first down and 10, 2:19 to go in the game.
You know Coach Gay's defensive players across the way because he's put those starters back in. You know they want to preserve this shutout right now.
All right, Sweat in motion, high snap, and the whistle.
Keith, it was a high snap, and they better be glad there was a whistle because number 90 and number 92 were fixing to meet right at CJ.
Hey, hadn't they done enough in this game? Can we get them out? We still got our nose in
I
there,
agree.
too.
I mean, you got to think you got a 34-point lead. How easy it is to turn an ankle or twist a knee in a game like this late in the game. Then
Barry, I think they're cyborgs. I don't think you can hurt them.
Yeah, it's metal rods and they're good. So it's a penalty.
Couple of Terminators.
Yeah. 1st and 15, hands off up the middle. Parker's got a little burst of speed. 36-yard line, gets a penalty yardage back. They're going to stack him up. A good run, though. Gain of about 8 yards for Parker.
That thing turned into what a pinball looks like.
That was some licks there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to blow the play dead, and Albertville's coming in one way, and Huntsville's coming in the other way. And poor Colin, you might want to tell him when one grabs a hold of you, go down because they're holding you up so the other ones can come in and hit you and try to rip that ball loose.
2nd down and 8, clock running, 1:19 left. Parker wide out right side with Watson. Talik man-to-man left side.
Uh-oh.
CJ, and
that's a fumble.
The ball was never snapped. The ball was just laying on the ground. What happened?
Well, Kellen Hampton, it was kind of a false snap, but it hit his leg, bounced on the ground.
No.
Defensive tackle saw it, jumped on it. That's a fumble.
The ball never left the line of scrimmage. It bounced off his leg.
It's almost like his hand.
Well, it's like it hit the inside of his leg is what happened. I think when he was trying to snap it, it just hit the inside of his leg and kind of a dying duck right behind him. And, you know, everybody's looking around. Nose tackle knows what to do. He just jumped on the ball.
It's Huntsville football. It is a fumble. So Huntsville gets it. So now they can just run out the clock with 1:06 left.
Well, there's been some crazy stuff tonight. And that's just a fluky play right there. I mean, Kellen Hampton's done a yeoman's job all year long at snapping that shotgun snap, and that one just off the inside of his leg and laid down flat on the ground.
Huntsville ball. They're going to hand off right side. New back steps in. Prater trying to strip the ball. They're going to drag him over to the bench, basically. So that's like the 4th running back in. That's one way to get him out of there.
Yeah, when you look out there at the offensive line now, Barry, I think that's going to be your backups out there now.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's Smith at quarterback either.
No, new quarterback in the game. Yeah, that's Davis Carr, I think, checked in. 2nd down and 10. Maybe the last play of the game, 35 seconds. Carr turns, hands off, left side, and that's Anthony Thomas. No gain, and that's pretty much going to wrap this one up. Not a happy homecoming at all for Albertville as Huntsville. You know, it was 6-0 still in the 2nd quarter. Aggies were driving inside Huntsville territory with a chance to score and take the lead, but that drive, Huntsville stopped them and ended up pulling away before the half, 21-0 halftime lead. Time for one more play, hands off to Thomas. Thomas to the 35 going down, and that will wrap this one up. Clock winds down to 0, and Huntsville moves to 5-2 with a 34-0 victory here. Homecoming at Albertville, and not a happy homecoming as Huntsville. It's a big region win. Huntsville needed that one, and they pick it up. They're now 3-2 in the region.
And not only will they be 3-2, but they got Florence and Bob Jones coming up over the next. I mean, we have them as well. But if Huntsville, Barry, I'm kind of sitting here looking at if Huntsville could win one of those next 2, they would end up being 4-2, and you would think that'd be enough to get them in the playoffs.
With still a chance to be to host a home playoff game, but they've got to pretty much win out the region. Aggies next, we're going to be on the road, taking on Bob Jones, and we've got James Clemens. It's hard to believe only 3 regular season games left.
Yeah, and right now, you play for pride now, Barry, because this game pretty much mathematically eliminated Aggies from ever having a chance to maybe somehow make a magical run and get into the playoffs. And now you got to turn your focus to a Bob Jones team, and Bob Jones is big. We're going to be on the road, but you got to turn. I'm sure Coach Weingarten not going to, as animated as we saw him on the sideline tonight, Keith, I just don't think Coach Weingarten going to be very happy looking at the game film on this one tonight of what they could have done.
No, I think you were outmatched. This team came in, they were a lot better than I thought they were going to be, just to be 100% honest with you. But I still think that we could have performed better. He'll say that, we didn't do exactly what we needed to do offensively or defensively. I think your defense played about as hard as they could, but, just overmatched. Our offensive line was elite, really. I mean, when you look at the difference in what they were able to do and what we were able to do on defense. Offensively, I think we had some woes, guys, just to be honest. I think it's just one of those games where not a whole lot was clicking. I think we can play better. I think we could have played better tonight. I think that's what Coach will say when he gets over here.
Yeah, I think Coach Gay, when he and I were talking, and remember when I told you in the pregame that he had 8 players. He was trying to get in and out and trying to figure out exactly what the chemistry was of the offensive line. And he thought that the week of Austin practice that he figured out who those 5 or 6 offensive linemen were going to be. And Keith and Barry, Jink, I think Coach Gay's hit on something, that those 5 or 6, they are a pretty good offensive line. I think he's got the chemistry and the right players he needs. And Barry, because of that, then I think that, they've got Bob Jones and they've got Florence and they've also got Lee of Huntsville. Barry, it's beyond, in my thoughts, it's not beyond reason that if they can get behind that big offensive line, that they literally could make a run undefeated through the rest of the season.
If I'm Huntsville, they finally figured out, let's stop throwing the ball and just run the ball.
Exactly.
And that's when they were successful.
Yeah, and when I read you these stats, you're going to go, no surprise.
Yeah.
Huntsville wound up with 300 yards of offense.
We'll see if we can grab Coach Weingarten here, go over the stats in the second as the Aggies make their way to the field house. Tough homecoming for Coach Weingarten. And Keith Ball, let's talk to Coach.
Yeah, Coach, that Huntsville High team looks like they have gotten a lot better, and they did some things tonight that really impressed me. A really good football team. I thought our guys, we were in some positions to do some good things and just not able to take advantage of some situations we got in.
Well, the bottom line is we didn't play well tonight. You got to give Huntsville credit. They got a really good team. They're well coached. They did a great job, but we didn't play to the standard we're trying to build here. But we're going to have games like that. So, we're going to rebound and go back to work on Monday and work to improve and get better.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the time. Have a good night.
All right, Keith, very disappointed. He's got to be, because coming off the Grissom game, we've been improving each game, but that one is almost like you took a step backwards, and you did play a good team, but I don't know that Huntsville's as much better as an Austin or some of the other teams we've faced, and I'm with him. I don't think we played like we know we can play.
Yeah, and I didn't want to continue that interview further. I think Coach is ready to go and talk to his guys. Yeah. I do think Huntsville's much improved, and John was talking about they've got players in the right spots. Their quarterback's really good. Offensive line's physical. We've got guys that can run. I think they're much improved. But like Coach said, I think we could have definitely played better tonight. I think there were just some things on offense that we just couldn't overcome. Hey, you just got to go back to work and try to get better and come out for that next one. Hey, real quick, injury update. Your sideline reporter's trying to cramp up down here. I may not be able to walk up the stairs.
We'll send a cart down there
for you.
We're stuck
it.
All right. Thanks, Keith.
Appreciate it.
Stats, Chris, first half. We were doing nothing at all. We had like 2 first downs in the first half. We did better in the second half, but then again, Huntsville already put the game away by halftime, 21-0. Huntsville, they decided to run the ball, and they ran it very effectively.
Yes, they did. Guys, they wound up with 50 rushes for 300 yards.
Oh, wow.
50 rushes for 300 yards.
Yes.
Wow.
Their biggest guy was Settlers. He wound up with 21 rushes, 133.
He's not even the starter. He's like third string.
Yeah. And the Drake kid, the one we couldn't tackle, that kept he wound up with 87 on 15. Then the other one, the Dawkins kid, wound up with 8 for 35, and then Spencer wound up with 3 for 37. So and the Grissom kid wound up with 119 yards receiving.
He's good, yeah. And
he's electric.
He had a 37-yard touchdown catch, and he had a 3-yard. He had a couple of touchdown runs.
When you say his 8 of 22 passing, but then you look at his yardage, 145 yards on 8 receptions. That's just insane.
They had a lot of penalties and they had 2 turnovers, but they still overcome it to win easily 34-0.
Yeah. The Aggies, we just struggled tonight on offense. 119 yards of offense.
Couldn't throw the ball.
Couldn't do it. 4 receptions, that's all we had.
No, that's not going to get it done.
No.
And they were daring us to throw.
96 yards rushing.
Just wondering if you know, sometimes you want the fall break, right? Because you need to get healed up and all that stuff. But, you know, you think about it, it had to be maybe tough to get that win against Grissom. And then really hard to carry that momentum through 2 weeks,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And they had, 2 or 3 days worth of practice during the off week, got them some chance to heal up, and then got into this practice. So there's a part of me that's sitting here thinking, did the 2 weeks, you see sometimes where an off week hurts a team if they got, their chemistry and their mojo's going, and then they get an open week and then they come back. And so I'm wondering if that's the case. That they just weren't clicking on all cylinders in this game versus the Grissom game because they had that time off. And then the other thing is, so much excitement generated in the media around the town and the whole 9 yards about that win. I guess what I'm trying to say, you see college teams that get to reading their own clippings, right? And you came out here against a good Huntsville team that on homecoming night, put 34 on the board on you.
I think you might have had a letdown after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, high school scoreboard's on the way next. Next week we're going to be on the road. We're going to be in the Huntsville-Madison area at Bob Jones. If you can't make it, join us at 6:30 pregame and the kickoff at 7. Final score again, Huntsville wins this one over Albertville 34-0. So for Keith Ball, Chris Jenkins, John Gladden, I'm Barry Galloway, and have a good weekend, everybody.
When it comes
Horizon Communications' archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime.